best thing that's ever happened.
Good morning, and you're watching the National Cherry Festival. I'm Roger Shomo.
And I'm Susan McQuaid, just one of the hundreds of volunteers that take part in this 86th annual National Cherry Festival.
In just a moment, we're going to see the beginning of the 86th DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade right on Front Street here in Traverse City.
You can feel the excitement.
Yes.
Everybody is so excited all up and down the parade route. There are little children as well as grandmas and grandpas and everybody in between who are waiting for the parade to start.
A little overcast this morning here in Traverse City, but I think the clouds are breaking and the sun's about to come out and clear out that, and we'll have a gorgeous day for this parade.
Well, we've had a great time so far because both Roger and I are volunteers with Up North Media, and they're the staff and volunteers who are making this happen, as a matter of fact. You're watching this on Channel 2 or 992, as well as on the web, upnorthmedia.org.
That's right, we're streaming live. I can feel it. It's kind of like flying when you're streaming live.
Well, a lot of people are flying today. There are tons of schools who will participate today, as well as their parents, because they were the ones who put the floats together. There are bands from all over the country. There is a lot to see today.
That's right. You know, we talk about Up North Media, and it broadcasts out all through northern Michigan, and we're so lucky that we get to do this and talk to all you folks, and you get to watch this with us. We just have so much fun doing it.
Exactly, and I think we're as excited as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
We'd also like to thank the Grand Rapids television station for the loan of some of the equipment, along with, of course, the LEA equipment. Now, LEA is the Land Information Access Association, and that's where Up North Media is. And speaking of celebrities, we do have some special guests this morning that are going to join us. They just popped in, and we will be talking to them in just a moment. But we'd also like to just tell you a little bit more about Up North Media. You know, you can be a producer as well.
That's right.
It's very easy.
It's very easy. You come down and you take some classes, get certified, and you get to run the cameras, you get to produce shows. I started out on the street with the Cherry Parade one year, and now here I am in front of the camera.
And you also have another show.
That's right, Up Front Fridays, which we want to thank, of course, where we're broadcasting from right on Front Street is Horizon Books, longtime member of the Traverse City community, going into their second 50 years, started by Vic Herman back in 1961. We want to thank Amy Reynolds and Vic for allowing us to broadcast from this beautiful facility right here on Front Street. And I also do from right in the spot where we're sitting right now, Up Front Friday.
That's right.
That's right. So,
and you have guests all throughout, community hub kind of.
Oh yeah, you could be the most, we always say you could be the most interesting person in Traverse City for 5 minutes.
There you go.
So you come in and you talk with us, and we're going to talk in just a moment with a couple of interesting people that have to do with the Cherry Fest.
That's right. And I'd like to put a plug in for our show also. That's the United Way of Northwest Michigan Volunteer, Northwest Michigan. And our show is seen right here on Up North Television, talking about volunteers. We really like to profile the nonprofit agencies and the volunteers who serve them. And thanks to Up North Television, we can make that happen. And sitting right next to me right now, I'm sure she's absolutely delirious with joy, Jan Warren, who's the president of the National Cherry Festival Board. Welcome.
Thank you, Susan. Hi, Roger.
Hi, Jan. How are you doing?
Nice to see you.
How has it been?
It has been an incredible week, more than a week, 8 days. It has just been phenomenal. We've had a great turnout, wonderful events. The volunteers couldn't have done a better job. And of course, our outstanding staff had everything under control.
They usually do, don't they?
They do.
They are outstanding.
They're so creative.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your background, because you've done a little bit of everything before becoming president.
Well, a little bit of everything,
Right?
yeah, I guess. I'm the program director for Michigan Works. I work for the Council of Governments, so I do have a day job.
Yes.
And
I know that personally. Yes.
Very. Roger and I used to work together.
Oh.
And I've been active in the community on various boards. I'm a longtime member of the Traverse City Planning Commission. I served for 2 terms as chair. Was president of the Women's Resource Center. I'm on the Goodwill Board, and also president of the Grand Traverse Community Collaborative. So I get really more out of involvement in the community than any amount I could give. It's just wonderful.
When we talk about volunteerism, you also started, doing all kinds of things with the National Cherry Festival.
I have.
What are some of the things?
I started out in the early 80s as an ambassador, helped with Special Kids Day. At that time, the Cherry Festival operated the rubber ducky race, so I worked on that. Worked on the milk carton regatta, and one year actually our office had a boat in the regatta that got about halfway there before sinking. That was huge fun. Also worked on the community share group with the League of Women Voters, helping with bingo. Was a band host for several years, which really was very, very fun. Got to meet all the members of the band and their chaperones. Kind of role is to be with them 24/7, and whatever needs they might have, whether it's pizza or their clothes washed or a trip to the emergency or whenever you're on call. So
Traverse City's been very lucky to have you, Jan.
I was going to say to have the National Cherry Festival.
Well, I think we're very lucky to have you. Former Athena Award winner.
Thank you. You know, the Cherry Festival is all about the cherry industry. Our mission is to promote and celebrate cherries, and so the industry is front and center, and then fun and community about the festival.
And I'm sure that your fellow board members, as well as all of the directors, really deserve a big thank you as well.
They absolutely do. All of our board has been active. You see them around at various events. It really is a committed board, and we are a policy board. We're called a Board of Governors, so we are a staff-operated organization, so we kind of hands off, but there when they need us, and certainly have a policy role.
Well, I have to tell you, someone said the other day, that the greatest compliment, they said Jan's leadership is an absolute example of what it really means to be president of the National Cherry Festival.
That is wonderful to hear. Thank you.
So thank you. And I'm
Jan.
sure you're going to take a couple days off, maybe?
I'll be at work on Monday. I've tried not to read my emails, but I have, so I need to get back there. So
well, enjoy this last day.
I will. What a great day. We're having the finals for the Cherry Idol tournament, Pit Spit finals. We'll have the mummies at for the entertainment at the open space, and then of course fireworks on the bay.
Always
so
fireworks.
Something going on, really, all day long. So get down to the open space. It's a beautiful day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you.
Pass
Great
the
to
torch
see you
on.
both.
You have the next person has big shoes to fill.
Well, Mike Borden is the president-elect, and he will raise the bar, I am sure. He will
Okay.
be an excellent president.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. And coming up pretty soon, we're going to go street side as the excitement builds. Everybody is so excited about the parade coming down, and this is a very long
Yeah.
parade.
Yes, I think this is one of the record length, the number of people that will be participating in the parade. Do we want to go out to the street now and introduce our street people?
By all means.
Our street
people.
They're not street people. They are 2 lovely young women. We have Erin Bernhardt.
That's right.
And there's Erin on the left. And on the right, joining her, is our Cherry Queen from 2011, Jordan Blakey.
Take it away, girls.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. So happy to be here.
We're so excited. There's so much buzz of anticipation out here on the street. Everyone's ready and waiting for the parade to start. The sun is in and out right now. It's kind of out, which is good.
But more in than it was earlier.
Yeah,
so that's good.
absolutely. So we're excited to be here, and we're excited to, be out on the street and chatting with all of our parade associates and everyone that's joining us to watch the Cherry Royale parade today. Oh yeah, we just had a
Pretzels.
stand.
And we're standing next to Grand Traverse Pie Company, so that doesn't hurt either.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your past year.
My past year was so amazing. I had the honor, the privilege to serve the Grand Traverse region, the cherry industry, and the National Cherry Festival, and it was just the opportunity of a lifetime.
Tell me about where you went.
Well, I went all over the state of Michigan, different conventions, expos, parades, and all the way out to Pasadena, California for the Tournament of Roses. So
Oh,
it
that
was
must-
it was very exciting.
How exciting, how exciting. And how was last night? Was it sad?
It was bittersweet, but it was an amazing turnout. The festivities were wonderful, and I'm very excited for the new queen. She's lovely.
Tell me about your fellow members of the court. Did you get to be close friends?
We really did. There were 4 girls on the court, and they spent the past week with me. We stay in the same hotel room. We do everything together. So really, we did get to be quite close.
Well, I talked to Kay Rallier, who is on the Queen's Committee, as well as she's a former president of the National Cherry Festival Board, and she said that amongst all of you, you only had 1 bathroom.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that? 1 bathroom.
I grew up with 6 older sisters. I have an idea what that's like.
Yes, it was brutal.
It is.
It's brutal.
It can be brutal.
And of course, the court really didn't know who the judges were. They never know, do they?
No, secret judges.
Oh, I
Isn't
didn't
that
know
tricky? Yeah, so all week they have to be on their best behavior because they never know who they're conversing with. It could be a judge.
Yeah, exactly. What is there a favorite? Is there a favorite thing from the past week that you can think of?
Definitely. I know the highlight. I had the opportunity on Tuesday to go up in a Coast Guard helicopter and see everything from above. And that was it was beautiful. It was such a wonderful experience.
Wow, that's very special. They very rarely allow civilians to go up.
I know it. It had to go all the way to the White House to get approved from the Vice Commandant. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
Well,
Great.
Congratulations on a wonderful year.
you very much.
And I want to go to my friend Erin. Erin and I work together at the United Way.
That we
and
do.
Erin, you're a townie.
I am.
You have been to these parades forever. Tell us about some of your memories.
I absolutely have been. My earliest Cherry Royale Parade memory was being on the float for Central Grade School. We built a float based on, I believe it was Richie Rich. It was about 10 or 15 years ago, and my brother got to play the role of Richie Rich himself, so we had to dye his hair yellow, which was interesting, spray paint, but that was a lovely experience, and ever since then I've just loved this parade.
Oh, yes. Well, we're really excited to have you both with us.
We're so happy to be here.
The anticipation is growing as we have a shot down the street, and you can see nothing coming yet. But believe me, we really want you to hang in there because the parade will be coming.
Fantastic.
Fairly soon here.
Sounds good.
And of course, you are watching the 86th National Cherry Festival live from Traverse City and the DTE Energy Cherry Royal Parade live on Up North TV. And we are just at minutes away from the start of the parade, coming down Front Street here in Traverse City. And I hope everybody is glued to their set, have your drinks and your snacks in front of you, and so you can catch all the excitement.
That's right, and it really is exciting. I have been an ambassador and a director and a member of the board of directors for about 21 years, and this is my favorite.
Favorite part.
I think one of the most interesting things about waiting for the parade, especially the children that are on the elementary floats, is it's like 90 degrees right now, and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and inevitably someone has to go to the restroom.
Yes.
Right before the parade starts.
I'm sure they have facilities down there for
They
that.
do, they do. But I think that the children's faces along the parade route, seeing how excited they are, the families who go to particular locations every single year.
People come down here the night before,
Yep.
stake out a spot. I know our director, Joe Carter, had to get here very early this morning, make sure he had his spots set up for his scaffolding and things so that we could get all these great shots of Front Street and the parade. Make sure that's all squared away.
Well, I think the whole community really embraces the National Cherry Festival. There are so many things that have gone on this past weekend, and will still continue tonight. All across the community, the F&M Park has children's activities. One of my greatest memories is the petting zoo.
I know that yes, I think some events have stretched all the way up the peninsula, in Leland up to Sutton's Bay and back and forth, and of course one of the great days I always love here is the air shows. And you know, you can sit during the air show, but I always find I like to come down when they're practicing the day before, and the crowds aren't too big, but you kind of get almost the exact same show. It's lots of fun. Watching those barrel rolls and the precision flying teams, it always amazes me.
One of my other favorite things to do is Special Kids Day. Special Kids Day is at the open space and at the carnival. Children with physical and mental challenges are treated to a special day. I remember one year they had an elephant, just a baby elephant, and their faces were precious, absolutely precious. To be able to see that elephant, and the smaller ones got to sit on it, so that was a very big
wow,
deal.
That is, you know, say you sat on an elephant. That's not something that everyone can say.
That's right. There is really something for everyone at the National Cherry Festival. If you can spit pets, right?
Right.
And we have some cherries right here, and we're not going to spit them at the camera quite yet.
No, I don't think
but
so.
There is a contest, and they are very serious.
Yes.
Very serious.
All the body language and practicing to, you know, get the arc just right on those things. I kind of it reminds me of Titanic when he's trying to teach her how to spit off the ship. You know, I mean, and her mother catches her.
Yeah,
you know.
right.
But this is one of those times you don't have to feel embarrassed about it.
No. It's all about cherries.
That's right.
So for those of you watching who were unable to attend this year's National Cherry Festival, it's every single year.
Every year, same time. And, you know, I'm always amazed. There's the map down at the entrance to the Cherry Fest with push pins, and they encourage people from out of the area to, you know, let us know where you've come from. And how far people travel is quite interesting. And of course, natives who've grown up here and then have moved away and bring back their families to enjoy the Cherry Fest on a regular basis.
Well, what I love also about this community is along the parade route there are homes, and it says a hospitality home. And you can literally go up, knock on the door, and just say, excuse me, you know, I need to sit down, or I need some help, or I need to use your restroom. And the hospitality is amazing here. It really is.
You always hear great stories of people putting out, and you know, we're talking about hospitality. We want to thank once again the folks here at Horizon Books, and I have a special connection. I used to work for Horizon Books. That's how I got involved in the National Writers Series, which of course was one of the events which is kind of new to the Cherry Fest. Last year we had author Elmore Leonard here, and this year we had Janet Ivankovich, which was a sold-out event at the Opera House. She has the most rabid fans. They are just amazing. If you're a fan of the Stephanie Plum series, those folks just really go at it, and we had a great time with her.
The National Writer Series is just one more success story for the Traverse City region, isn't it?
Right. We saw a shot, there's Horizon Books. I think we've got to get, there was a bird sitting out there.
He was nesting.
Nesting out there. But of course, Horizon Books has been a local institution for 50 years. They used to be actually farther down Front Street on the other side of the street. And the story goes is when they moved into this building, which used to be the J.C. Penney's, they actually shut down Front Street, and customers came out in droves and helped move all the stock down the street and across. I just love that story. And you can come here, and of course they've expanded. They now have a store in Petoskey and one in Cadillac. So
But it is a community hub.
Oh, yes,
it really
it is.
is. When you say, I'm going to the bookstore, everybody knows where you're going.
Right, and the third place, we call it, it organically grew into a place where people meet and talk. It was one of the kind of things that inspired Doug Stanton, who used to work for Horizon Books years ago, and of course, local New York Times best-selling author, got the idea for the writer series and launched that 3 years ago.
Good friends, good friends.
Yeah.
You know, when you were talking about people coming from all over, you can see the shots of the people that are already waiting. The kids and you know, running about and so excited.
Yeah.
I was also the director of the Welcome Center, which is at the open space. For
Right.
those that don't know what an open space is, that is
Right.
actually a name, and that is the area right by the beach, right on the water, and that's where the majority of the activities are taking place. But when I was the director of the Welcome Center there, the people that came up from all over the world, it really, really astonished me, the far reach of this National Cherry Festival.
Right. You know, I'm going to throw it out to our ladies on the street, Jordan and Aaron. Are we hearing the beginning of the parade coming?
Is
out
it
there?
coming yet? Is it
it
coming
coming?
yet?
Is it?
Jordan, Aaron?
It's on its way.
It's on its way?
It's
Okay.
on its way.
I see the flashing
I
of
thought
lights.
I
Oh,
heard a
good.
whistle blow.
Oh, good. They hear the flashing lights. They
Okay,
hear
good.
they see the flashing
All
lights.
right.
It'll be here soon. And we'd like to thank once again DTE Energy, the sponsor of this Cherry Royale Parade, and all of the sponsors that make this Cherry Festival possible.
Yes.
And we'd also like to thank the volunteers. You know, this. Everything about the National Cherry Festival. They almost have 1,000 volunteers, and it couldn't happen without those volunteers. So we'd like to thank them, and we will continue to thank them. They make it happen.
I was out at the beer tent yesterday for a few hours, putting in some time, and that was lots of fun. As soon as that opened, people started coming in and enjoying themselves to a cold drink while they enjoyed the sunshine out on the patio area there, right on the bay. It was
Right on the
beautiful.
bay.
Beautiful day for it.
You know, funny story. Many years ago, we called it the Beverage Pavilion,
Uh,
not the beer tent.
Let's call it what it is. It's the beer tent. We want to know where the beer tent is.
I
That's
think
right.
a lot of people who come back to the National Cherry Festival with their families and have family reunions or class reunions, that's the place to meet.
It's a homecoming. It's not just a festival. It very much is a homecoming. People look forward to taking time. I know the kickoff party at the open space last week, Thursday, it was my first time, and I was just sitting there enjoying listening to people, meeting friends they hadn't seen in a while. Where are you living now? How you doing? Oh, we make sure we come up here, or we used to come up here, and now we're living here. It's a gorgeous area. I'm a fairly recent convert, of course, to Traverse City in the last 6-7 years. So
Do I hear
enjoy-
it? Do I? Oh, there they are. It's going to
There
be
they are.
close. Oh, this
Okay.
is going to be so much fun.
Yes.
And going back to that, the whole family reunion, you know, when you're a volunteer with the National Cherry Festival, it is a family reunion. Even though we live in this wonderful community, we don't get to see each other but once a year.
That's right.
So it has been an absolute blast to go down and see those people that I haven't seen. Another thing that is really fun is everybody has a nickname.
Oh,
Everybody has a nickname, and I'd like to say hello to Bubbles. She has run the Pepsi tent, remember? For
Bubbles, yes.
years and years and years. I got to go down and do a shift with her. But we'd like to thank those volunteers and making it as special as we can.
well, here comes our first part of the parade, law enforcement officers. We have, we're going to see gentlemen from the Michigan State Police, the Traverse City Police, Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office, the Leland County Mounted Division. No?
Yeah, we
They'll
will
be-
see
they'll-
those.
we see
will
those
see
just
those
very soon
shortly,
here.
right? And what we saw a little bit earlier also was the races.
Oh.
And my 9-year-old grandson ran with his dad for the first time in the 5K.
good.
Oh, he was so
He
delighted.
make it all the way through?
He did. He made
That's
it all the
great.
way through. And,
He's
and,
got
he,
the
and he
energy.
said to his dad, who of course was holding back because his dad is a fabulous runner, Dad, I kept pace with you pretty well. You know? And then my daughter ran the 15K, and then we had the Miracle Mile just a few minutes ago. So the crowd that was down here a little bit early was really enthusiastic, clapping and cheering for
Cheering all those,
everybody. And you know, the 5K is really for any type of person. I'm saying that because I could not
I
do
couldn't
the
make
5K.
that. Yeah, I don't know if I could do
You
that.
could pull me in a wagon. I could do that. I could, do the.
Maybe next year that's what
Yes,
we should do.
the Queen's wave in a little wagon.
Yeah.
But those athletes came out very early this morning. They were up at 5:30 down at the race, and oh look, here they come! So we'd like to thank again our law enforcement for being at the front of those races and at the back of those races. And the beauty of it also is that the very last person, regardless of how much time it took them,
Right.
our law enforcement was right there, and the crowds were cheering them on.
That's great.
Well, as you can see, the long shot, they are about 2 blocks away, and they will begin our parade. The people that are the volunteers for the parade committee are bringing the parade in from 2 different streets, and they come forward.
Marshalling it,
They're
yes.
marshalling it,
yeah.
exactly. And they have lined up since early this morning, and they had judging this morning as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
we will be able to find out all the trophies,
That's
the
great.
most humorous, the Queen's Trophy, the President's Trophy. And so those people hopefully are having a cup of coffee because their day is half over. They've
That's
been
true.
awake in here for so long.
Once that last the last group gets in the line, they're done. But
Yes, yes.
that's a lot of work. It's to make everything run smoothly. Takes quite a number of people. We enjoy
Rick,
doing it.
yes, Nick Lemcool is the director of the Children's Parade, and that was on Thursday night. That is also so delightful. The kids on their bikes, and the kids dressed in costume, and of course the elementary schools who
Right.
put so much work into it.
We'll see
and,
some of those
And
too
Jeff
today.
Needham, who is the director of today's parade, has a huge volunteer crew who have helped. And we'd like to thank him. You'll meet him at the very end of the parade because he's busy right now.
Right. You know, yesterday when I was before I went into the beer tent and helped out, I stopped in. It was Green Day, and our friends, our sponsors, DTE Energy, had a lot of great ways to energize. Take your home and make it efficient and green, and they have a lot of great programs. I was really surprised at some of the things that, I mean, they'll send you a kit, a $25 value, and all sorts of great stuff. They had a truck there that runs on natural gas as opposed to gasoline, and trying to reduce the carbon footprint out there. And I think they said it's more like we talk about pollution. We talk about particulate matter. I'm a science teacher by trade also, and particulate matter, the stuff that goes out when you see a semi start and all that black smoke go up. But the other, if you could put over to natural gas, it would reduce it 200 to 300%. It was amazing numbers we learned from that.
DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live right here on Up North Television. What you're seeing right now, of course, our law enforcement, our American flag, our state flag coming down, beginning our parade. We have the Mountain Division of Leelanau County, as well as you mentioned, the Benzie County Mountain Division. You can see those beautiful horses. Look at how magnificent they are and how calm they are. With all of this commotion and all the sirens, etc., we would like to thank them for their service to our communities. My grandchildren always, when they see a policeman, whether it be a state or a county or a city, say, you know what, Grandma, if you're in trouble, that's where you can go. You can talk to them.
That's right.
They really, really are volunteers that make our community safe, and we want to thank them. There's our state police.
Yep.
Yes.
Of course, we have a state police headquartered here in Traverse City over on
What I
8th
love
Street.
also is that in the police cars,
14th.
you will see the kids and the grandkids
Yes.
of the police officers. And what a thrill to be able to go down the parade route very first and wave at all of their friends and all of their family along the sidelines.
And there's a color guard passing right now in front of us.
Right. And the huge banner, National Cherry Festival. And next we have coming down many of our law enforcement who are walking. They have the Metro. Oh, look at this.
This is the Grand Traverse Metro Fire Department. They field approximately 4,000 calls per year,
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
serving Acme, East Bay, and Garfield townships. And that's 2007. They have a 2007 Pierce Arrow XT, which is made in Appleton, Wisconsin.
And that is an old
That's an old
fight.
one.
Look at how delightful that is. That is just amazing with those magnificent.
Can you imagine when you had to have a fireman and they came horse-drawn with a pump that they had to pump themselves?
Right.
We have such an easier time of it now, I think.
Yes, we certainly do. But look at how they've restored that.
That's
Isn't
gorgeous.
it magnificent? What a great job they did. And coming up next are all of them marching in those hot uniforms. Wave at us, guys. We're inside. There you go.
Right.
Thank you for your service. Coming up next, Roger, is a very interesting, huge machine. It is the Oshkosh Striker 3000.
Oh my. And this is staffed by the Traverse City Fire Department. It is based out at the Cherry Capital Airport.
That's right. They have a contractual agreement with the Northwest Regional Airport, which is the fourth largest commercial service airport in Michigan. And we're very, very thankful to have something like that. There it is.
There it is, the green one, right?
Yes.
Looks like something Arnold Schwarzenegger would be driving.
Yeah, exactly. And there we have their mascot, who has been
Sparky, right?
Sparky has been in the parade since the very beginning. Sparky doesn't speak, but he does shake hands. Oh, look at how adorable! Somebody's child up there,
That's always
and the kids.
That's
the
always the
little
fun part,
kids.
to be able to ride on the fire truck.
Yes, my city, my fire department. Nice job, guys.
Yes.
Oh, look at, see?
Yeah,
Hi,
right.
hello, wave at us. Oh, she's waving. The little queen's wave. Grand Traverse Metro. There's that huge
There's
truck.
that
Isn't
truck.
that
That is
amazing?
That's huge.
Yeah, it really is. It looks like
Northwest
something.
Regional Airport is the fourth largest commercial service airport in Michigan.
That's right. That's right. You can see also behind the truck there are, again, ambassadors, volunteers who carry the signs, and they're in between each one of the floats, and that's quite an honor.
Yes.
It really
There's
is.
Sparky.
Sparky, hi, Sparky.
Yeah, right. There he is. I know he goes to all the schools. I'm out in the school system during the year, and I see him out there every once in a while.
You know what? They have some fabulous programs on fire prevention, not just for
The
elementary
smoke
schools,
truck, yeah.
right? But they also have for seniors. They have a wonderful, wonderful program for them. And now here is our sponsor,
DTE Energy.
DTE Energy.
Okay. All right. Each year, DTE Energy partners with local environmentally focused nonprofit organizations to bring attention to the important contributions of these groups. And this is, they're deeply rooted here in our community. And one of the things they've done is they've donated last year a large check to help redo the waterscape out on the bay. And there will be a water park for children, and that will is dedicated to our former governor and longtime Traverse City native son, William G. Milliken.
That's right. The kids will be able to splash their way through a shallow pool, as you can see depicted on this float, of recycled water and run through jet streams that simulate rainfall. And this is the 11th year that DTE Energy has sponsored this Cherry Royale Parade.
We thank them for their sponsorship. It's always great to see that, and this is a wonderful float that really gives you a good feel of what that Clinch Park will look like in about a year from now when this work is finished.
The city will break ground in the Clinch Park area on that project this fall.
We're very lucky to have that. Oh,
I hear something.
Our first musical group.
Oh, the Grand Traverse Pipes and Drums. They're powerful and invigorating, majestic yet haunting. From time out of memory, the music of the great Highland bagpipe is both mysterious and inspiring. The Grand Traverse Pipes and Drums, founded 37 years ago, perform ancient Gaelic airs, electrifying Highland dances, and the rousing marches of the British Army. Let's listen to them.
A lot of air power, lung capacity to play the bagpipes, and I give those people credit.
Yes.
It's a lot of work. They've appeared all over the country and in Canada, and have even competed in the U.S. Pipe Band Championship for the last 14 years. And their trophies and awards would fill several showcases.
Yay! You know, they've even produced a CD.
That's yes, they have, and you know who Scotsman is by his tartan, his kilt, and the tartan they're wearing are kilts that are ancient Sutherland tartan.
Thank you, Grand Traverse Pipes and Drums.
Coming up next is our...
I think this is the DTE little guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and their queen, the little...
Flicker.
Flicker, that's
Flicker
right.
the dragon.
Thank you. And he rides along, representing DTE Energy, along with a lot of their employees. I think we're seeing the tribute to Mel.
Yes, this Flicker is, is Art Van.
Art Van.
Art Van.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Art Van.
We had his name right. We just had the wrong people.
That's
we
right.
thank the folks at Art Van who always sponsor and provide T-shirts for the ambassadors,
and they have sponsored the ambassadors for many, many years. Our special thanks to Art Van. Let's go. There's chanting something.
Is this? Let's get a close.
Let's go, Red Wings.
And there is Senator Debbie Stabenow and Carl Levin. And giving Jordan, who were you hugging there a second ago? Yes, I thought so.
That's right. You know, U.S. Senator Carl Levin, from the first piece of legislation he introduced as a U.S. Senator, a bill to end discrimination by credit card companies, he has spoken up for working families.
There he is.
Held powerful institutions accountable and worked to build an America that lives up to the ideals of its founders.
And of course, Senator Debbie Stabenow has been a champion for this area, and it sits on the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry.
Can you hear the helicopter?
I can hear the helicopter.
The helicopter's going over. You know, Debbie was born and raised in Michigan.
Yes.
There's the helicopter. Yep. Thank you, Coast Guard. That's
for that
always
flyover.
So fabulous, isn't it?
Senator Stabenow, of course, is right in the mix there of trying to stop the Asian carp and from coming into the Great Lakes, and that's a very important for our fishing and tourist fishing.
Thank you, Senator Stabenow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the finest adult marching band in the land. the National Cherry Festival's second time arounders. They're from Central Lake to Kingsley, Empire to Kalkaska, and nearly everywhere else. Let's give a listen.
High school and just miss it so much that they want to continue marching in a band.
That's right. If you would like to dust off your instrument, please, by all means, get a hold of the second time arounders, directed by Mr. Craig Jones. Let's go back down. Let's go down to the street. Jordan and Aaron,
yeah,
what's happening?
Right now we are seeing Commander Joe Bozzella. And right in front of him is Admiral Michael Parks visiting from Cleveland, Ohio. Very exciting.
And Joe is also a member of the board of directors for the United Way of Northwest Michigan.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Great guy. Yeah,
Fantastic.
great guy. And that's the United States Coast Guard Air Station Traverse City, which was established in 1946 as part of the United States Coast Guard's 9th district. You know, Traverse City is a Coast Guard city.
That's right.
Yeah, we're so proud of them.
That happened last year, wasn't it?
That's right. And bringing our American flag with the members and their families. And again,
another flyover there.
Another flyover. As you can see, they have different uniforms on. We are situated on the southern end of Grand Traverse Bay in northern Michigan. And since 1995, the Air Station Traverse City has controlled and manned air facilities.
Now we see the horse of the fallen soldiers. Of course, a riderless horse, or say it for me, Susan. Carpathian
Yes.
horse
Very
is a single horse
good.
without a rider. Traditionally has simple riding boots facing backwards in the stirrups to represent a fallen leader looking back on his troops for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if you're old enough, you remember seeing this during President Kennedy's funeral.
Mm-hmm. Abraham Lincoln was the first president of the United States to be officially honored by this. And special thanks to Pusher.
Yes,
and
thank you,
his
Pusher.
owner, Chris Drizzler, for helping us honor our fallen veterans.
Okay.
Here's the whole Coast Guard family coming down with one of their helicopters. We heard the other one go over. And
I'm sure over there is United States Coast Guard Admiral Michael Parks, who was in town this week. His district, the 9th Coast Guard District, spans the 5 Great Lakes, including the St. Lawrence Seaway and parts of the surrounding states, which covers 1,500 miles of international border. That's amazing.
He also leads 6,000 Coast Guard activity, duty, reserve, civilian, and auxiliary men and women, serving 77 units on the district staff.
Of course, the Coast Guard is an important part of our armed services, not only protecting us when we're out on the water in case of emergency, but maintaining our borders.
That's right. There he is marching in the parade. I just saw him. One of the beautiful things about the Coast Guard as a boater, when you see them, you know you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
There's all their families. Hi! Pulling wagons.
The coasties.
The coasties, that's right. Look at the kids on the bikes. Yeah. There you go.
And this is our
That's Jack.
Heroes Day honoree, Jack Picker.
He is a Vietnam veteran, a wonderful community champion. He joined the Veterans of the Foreign Wars and has held many positions, including the state commander, national council member representing Michigan and South Dakota. And he's currently serving his 3rd term as president of the Grand Traverse Area Veterans Coalition and continues to work for veterans.
Mm-hmm.
He's constantly there,
Okay.
and we love Jack.
We thank him for his service and his service after his active service.
Yeah, he is
in the name of
fabulous.
veterans.
Yeah.
It's a very important group of people to take care of. Many of them gave the ultimate sacrifice. My late father-in-law was a Guadalcanal survivor, so and I have many family members in the Marine Corps, so we thank them.
Yeah, Jack, as well as some of the other people supporting the veterans groups on this parade have been there working with World War II veterans, Korean War veterans, Vietnam veterans. And there's Jan.
Jan, who was with us just a few minutes ago.
Exactly.
And we said so many nice things about her because she is an amazing person. I worked for Jan, and she's a great boss. She runs a tight ship and does a great job for Northwest Michigan Works. I was a youth advisor under her and did a lot of great things with at-risk students who are trying to complete their high school education.
Yes, and of course they work all year long on this festival, and specifically I believe she was doing 12 and 13-hour days throughout this whole week.
I believe that.
And we have coming down, let's go back down, Erin,
Here.
Jordan, who's going by?
Let's see, we've got Grand Traverse County Sheriff.
Yeah, here they come. They're looking
Okay.
festive in some Hawaiian leis in the boat there.
What kind of boat are the other young ladies in there?
It's a propeller boat.
Oh, an airboat. That's what I
It
thought.
is an
Ranger.
airboat indeed.
Yeah.
That would be fun, don't
Yeah.
you
Oh
think?
yeah. Oh yeah.
The Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office is headed by Thomas Bensley, the sheriff with Nathan Elger, the undersheriff, and they and their families are on the parade route with us. Currently, the Grand Traverse Sheriff's Office has 57 officers assigned to the Law Enforcement Division for General Law Enforcement, Accident Investigation, Dive Team, Traffic Services, and 3 canine teams, in addition to the Marine Safety Section.
There are amazing amount of people that are come under the sheriff's purview. Not only detectives and the narcotics team, corrections officers, of course, who are responsible for the operation of the county jail, and court bailiffs, prisoner transports throughout the state.
We thank them for their service. What you're seeing right now is the
State Senator Howard Walker.
with his daughter. Yes, with a good queen wave there. Very good.
He's completing. He is a straightforward legislator. He served the maximum 3 two-year terms as state representative, and completing his final term in 2008. During his tenure in the Michigan House, he championed funding and quality for public schools, environmental issues, renewable energy, and legislation to preserve Michigan's agricultural heritage.
And here comes the Traverse City Central and Traverse City West marching bands. Let's listen. All right. You know, it's unusual to see these two schools together, the Central and West. They are in band camps before school. They are spread all out throughout the summer. And it's delightful to see the Central group that are the Trojans, directed by David Hester. And of course, the Titans, directed by Pat Brumball. And Wendy Wolfschlag is the district director. Wonderful people to work with, so devoted to the music programs. And that is the Central and West Traverse City marching bands all together. You know, believe it or not, I did march in a parade once when I
Really?
was very young with a bass
Drum?
drum.
Oh my.
Can you believe it? Look at that bass drum.
I never.
I was probably about 90 pounds. I really don't remember how I did it, but
I was in a parade in Sheboygan
Oh,
a few
there you
years,
go.
about 8-9 years ago. They always have one.
wonderful. All right, let's go back down street side. Girls,
Here we are with the Traverse City West downhill ski team. Looks like they're state champs this past year. And they're rocking and rolling. We've got some roller skaters right now, which is great.
Go Titans.
Yeah, go Titans indeed. That's my alma mater.
All right.
all right.
Class of
Aw.
2007.
And isn't it interesting that you're standing down there and it's 90 degrees and they're carrying skis?
It's tricky indeed, but we all know that northern Michigan, winter always comes, so.
Exactly. Hey, wait
wait.
15 minutes and the weather will change.
Exactly. Exactly.
The Titans,
There was some-
Hickory Hills.
You know,
That's a fabulous ski area.
I had
also.
someone tell me yesterday out at the open stage there was a freak windstorm that lifted somebody's tent up and
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
There
Here
she
we
is.
have the new queen, Meg Howard. How wonderful. Jordan, can you run out and say hello to her and congratulations?
Sure, hold on one second. I'm on my way.
Oh, good.
Meg, we just want to say congratulations to you, sweetie. How do you feel right now?
I feel amazing, overwhelmed, excited. This is such an honor. It's so exciting.
Well, you look beautiful. I love you so much.
Thank you, Jordan.
Meg Howard. Meg is our new National Cherry Festival queen, and
Yep.
she will reign over the next year. Of course, her court did a fabulous
Yes.
job as well. They're all winners.
Ashley Wade, Jamie Rhodes, and Leah Marie Rolinski.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. And that's Dr. Caberly, who is also a volunteer who has taken some fabulous pictures throughout this festival. But back to Meg, you know, she's
Yep.
a 2006 graduate of Traverse City West Senior High School. Currently, she's attending Northwestern Michigan College, and in the spring, she's started her first semester of a nursing program.
Oh,
and
great.
by the end of the fall, she'll be a graduate with her practical, licensed practical nurse degree, and currently working at Pete's Place, a homeless shelter for teenagers right here in Traverse City. She's the daughter of Jim and Linda Howard of Traverse City. What a fabulous week and day
Congratulations,
for her.
Meg.
Yes.
Big year ahead for her, no doubt.
You know, each one of the queen candidates are sponsored also by different businesses, and she was graciously sponsored by Cherry Flex and Broad Farms. So thank you. Look at that beautiful young woman.
That is a big crown, isn't it?
It is. It is a big crown, and it is passed down from queen to queen. It is probably over a foot tall, and it's quite heavy, as a matter of fact. Yes, it is.
They try to get their hair up so
right.
it kind of holds it. I think.
Right.
I don't know.
No,
I'm a guy.
You're a guy. It's a queen thing.
It's a
queen thing. That's right. And we'd also like to thank the people who have donated their or allowed us to borrow their convertibles for the parade. Each year before the parade, the word goes out. Who can help
Yeah,
us
but,
out?
who's an
That's
open
right.
car,
That's
yes.
right. And it's quite.
Look at
the
there's an
queen.
open
Can
open
you
cow.
see the queen? Can you see?
Future cherry.
Future cherry queen. She's maybe a year old. She's behind
That
that
was
little
great.
thing. Oh my gosh, is she cute?
She's in a convertible.
Yes. Now, and what you will see also are National Cherry Festival outfits. You'll see people that
yes.
have. Yes, you have a shirt, of course.
Yes, I want to thank Mark over at Gen Tees for supplying me with a little cherry wear here. It's very, very comfortable. I would say. Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, and they have got amazing amount. You go to that souvenirs tent, and it's just amazing. And anything from small to large items. I know I saw a necklace that had these big cherries on it.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have a little bit
yep.
of everything. And I think the one thing that I would have to warn you about is, as a grandma, it's really dangerous. You can go in there and outfit your children with everything you can imagine.
Yes, dollar me to death, right?
Yes, exactly. Well, we have a short delay in the parade. For instance, during the Thursday Children's Parade, we had a short delay, and what happened is that one of the very old tractors that was pulling one of the floats blew a gasket or whatever it was. Yes, so they had to wait. But here we have another float.
Oh, and this, I believe, is the Woodland School.
Is it?
It is.
South Dakota.
The theme for this year's kids floats were the states. So they chose a state. We see here Mount Rushmore, the Black Hills, children in costume, Native American Indians, and of course the site of, unfortunately for Mr. Custer, Custer's last stand.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the schools were given a very small amount of money. I think it's like $300, and they have to build it.
That's right.
Definitely have to build it, and the parents work hard.
You know, that's a great float. I saw the, Mount Rushmore there.
Oh yeah, and they have the state bird and the state flower, and the kids learn a lot.
Oh, and who do we have coming up here? We have
Kingsley
Jazz
Jazz
Prism marching band. This group has been in existence since 1983, and they perform at all sorts of Kingsley community events. Fife Lake, Grayling, yes.
Yeah, listen to them. Aren't they fabulous? And there is, tell me who that is. Miss Elk Rapids, hi.
That's Molly Starr
yeah.
in her court.
Look at how beautiful. Be sure to join them, by the way, August 1st through the 4th for Harbor Days in Elk Rapids. Enjoy fabulous food, music, and of course the Grand Parade and fireworks display on Saturday, August 4th.
And we have Little Miss Ashley Hope, Miss Preteen Rachel Peterson, Young Miss McKenna Bach, and Miss Teen Olivia Lyon.
Great. And the jazz goes on. Look at how delightful. I'm telling you, that is a fabulous celebration in Elk Rapids.
Guys can't aspire to this kind of thing.
No, you would look a little strange in that dress with that sash.
I think so.
Yes, exactly.
We need to start a Cherry King, maybe.
A Cherry King?
Cherry King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
What do you think, Jordan? What do you think about that? Should there be a Cherry King?
Touchstone Energy. Oh, look at that.
And they're, of course, antique bicycles.
Oh, yes.
That's called a penny farthing.
It is, and you know what? He was given that bike when he retired. Isn't that fun? You have to climb up on the back. Touchstone Energy. Thank you so much for your participation for so many years in this National Cherry Festival. The float itself is it has a balloon. You see the smoke or the what? See, you see?
Oh, okay.
And of course, if there was a balloon there,
hot balloon, right?
Exactly. And they have represented our community so well. We'd like to thank them.
Especially this spring when we had those storms that knocked out a lot of power. You know, these guys were out getting those lines back up.
They have a huge group on the float, as well as you can see that bicycle again. Yes. And girls, what's coming up next?
I see the United States Army coming up next. They're marching along.
Wonderful. By the way, that antique bicycle that you saw, the rider is Michael Jackson. He was a member of the Traverse City DTE and a former city commissioner. And this is his 12th appearance.
Look at
this one.
This is Willow Hill Elementary. And that's, I think, Alexander Alvarado and Jenna Ellsworth on there as the prince and princess. I know his mother told me all about the work she was doing on that float.
It's hard work.
We worked together on the writers series, and it was keeping her busy.
Yeah, right. They had a miniature pony on it, of course, the racehorse.
State of Kentucky.
Yes, and then, of course, they have somebody behind the float with a shovel and a wheelbarrow in case of possible accidents from that miniature pony.
Coming up next there, we see in uniform the 182nd Transportation Company, Traverse City's own Army Reserve Unit. Their mission is to transport bulk petroleum in support of combat sustainment support operations.
Thank you, 182nd Transportation Company.
Yes. And there's one of their
There's all the kids.
Yep.
Blasting their horns and waving away.
Yep.
Now you said that you were in the service. What kind
No,
of a truck
I wasn't.
is
I
this?
wasn't in the service.
Oh,
My dad drove trucks like that
Okay.
during the Berlin airlift, though. Deuce and a half,
All right.
I believe those are.
With all of their families inside, beeping the horns, waving away. Oh, now what are they filling there?
Bubbles.
Oh, bubbles.
They got water in there and bubbles. Jordan, you want to get sprayed by that, or was that Aaron that said that?
And it's hot out here.
It's hot out
It
there.
is hot out here.
And that is the Great Wolf Lodge float.
Oh.
And we see the bucket just like in their water park.
Yeah, there's a mini bucket there.
Yeah, where it tips over on you. That's always lots of fun. There's a tree fort. And don't forget their mascots, Wiley, Violet, and their newest member, Oliver the Raccoon.
He rides on the float, and it's a tribute to Great Wolf Lodge Snowland promotion. Does that make you feel cooler?
Yes. I don't know if it does for Aaron, but
Oh, they're going to shoot snow out at the crowd in a similar fashion to what the Grand Traverse Lodge looks like in December and January. Look at the water slide. Wouldn't that be fun?
Aaron wants to jump on that water slide. I believe.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead. Jump right
I
in there.
just got sprayed and it felt very good.
The Great Wolf Lodge.
Great place to stay when you're here in town.
Well, you know, they're great as far as our community as well. They really do support so many things that happen in our community.
Oh, I think they're throwing out candy too.
Uh-oh.
Always a great thing to do
Exactly.
when you're sitting out there. You want people to throw you candy.
Look at the little snowman.
Oh, there it is.
Isn't that sweet?
Up next, who do we have?
Oh, the Petoskey Steel Drum Band. You know what? They were on the Up North Teleganza, and
Yes.
they are phenomenal. From Petoskey, they've been actively performing since their foundation in 1997.
Paul just finished building a double-decker parade trailer. This two-story trailer was designed specifically for the Mardi Gras parades, but can also be used in local city parades. It sounds like a little. Let's listen to a little bit of the Caribbean. Time to book a cruise to the islands.
That's right. You know, and they just finished producing their first live DVD, live at the Venetian Festival. They will be in Charlevoix. They've been all over the place. Congratulations. This is junior baseball. You know, my grandsons and granddaughter are in baseball.
This is the American Legion sponsored
Yes,
baseball
and
group.
they are
Post
so
35.
dedicated. That's right.
Post 35 was chartered in 1921 and is named after a Bowen Holiday, two young men from Traverse City who served way back in World War I. And they've provided 91 years of service to veterans, their families, and the youth of Grand Traverse area. And we thank them for that.
You know, they were formed last spring, the Legion Riders, and they were sons of the American Legion, were formed in December 2001. American Legion Riders, Post 35 of Traverse City. The Post looks forward to serving the area for many years to come. Let's go back down to the street. Aaron?
Here we are with the American Legion Riders, and their bikes are loud.
Oh, the motorcycles, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What kind of motorcycles? We have mostly Harleys down there?
Lots of Harleys.
Or, okay.
Lots of Harleys.
They're loud, they must be Harleys.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there
yes.
they go. Woo. Wow.
Nothing like riding in a parade on a great
And we
motorcycle.
can hear that right
Kidding.
off the street here in Horizon Books, where we're broadcasting the 86th annual DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live on Up North TV.
We'd like to thank the volunteers of the Up North Media Center, Up North TV, for being on our cameras. We have some cameras that are way up high on a scissor lift. We have them here in Horizon Bookstore as well as out on the street. Thank you, volunteers and the staff of Up North Television and the Grand Rapids TV for loan of some of the equipment that have made this possible. Thank you very much.
Very comfortable sitting here inside the bookstore.
Yes, it is, but let's not say that too loud.
No.
Jordan and Aaron are in the 90-degree heat.
That we are.
What do we have coming up now, Aaron?
This is Westwoods Elementary School, and they are representing the state of Maine. So looks like these kids are sitting in a large lobster, which I love.
Giant lift.
Oh yeah.
Eagle. I saw an eagle recently over Green Lake when I was out kayaking.
Oh, beautiful. You know, the Westwoods Lobster Lovers Float is honoring the state of Maine where America's Day begins and the lobsters are plentiful.
Yes.
And there's an 18-foot lobster on that. A lobster
my.
boat, a lighthouse, and lots of little lobster lovers. And they made that.
Yeah, what we need is some melted butter right now.
Exactly.
And that's Glenn Woodworth and Ella Kubish, the prince and princess on that.
Right, Westwoods Elementary, and 3 of my grandchildren are at that school. Let me tell you, they're fabulous.
Yes.
The staff are fabulous. Is that Ralph?
It is Ralph.
It is Ralph Safradini. Ralph has been named the Distinguished Senior for the National Cherry Festival. You know, he's been working in Traverse City for more than 20 years. He was the police chief before retiring in 2003. And on Monday, he received the festival's annual Distinguished Senior Award at the Elks Lodge. Nice guy.
Yes, you know that eagle was, of course, the mascot of the Traverse City Record Eagle, our local newspaper, covering the area for over 150 years, now in their e-edition also. And the Michigan Press Association has named the Record Eagle Newspaper of the Year 7 out of the last 8 years.
And what you're seeing right now is Food Rescue of Northwest Michigan. You know, they put good food to good use by collecting soon-to-expire food. Then they deliver it on the same day at no cost to area shelters, food pantries, and community meals.
Yes, we want to thank their generous community partners who Food Rescue is able to provide 1 million pounds annually of fresh, nutritious food to the tables of our neighbors who need it the most. So Food Rescue and their partners firmly believe that good food should not go to waste while good people go hungry.
For every $1 donated for the Food Rescue program, it provides 3.5 meals.
And here we see the Trinity Lutheran School, and they are the great state of Missouri is their theme. And we see the Gateway Arch.
Look at that.
Built back in 1965, honoring the westward expansion of the United States.
Look at the little cherry on the covered wagon.
Of course, Lewis and Clark. That was their starting point for their expedition. The Corps of Discovery.
And the little guys that you just saw, they were fishing in the river.
And now we have the Frankenmuth Bavarian Festival float. This is, of course, the festival princess and her 2 court members representing the Frankenmuth Bavarian Festival at events and festivals in their hometown and across the state of Michigan. In traditional garb called, is it drindles? They're imported directly from Germany. Wow. And the Bavarian Festival entertains folks from all over the U.S. as well as visitors from around the world each year during the 2nd week in June.
The Frankenmuth Bavarian Festival. What a beautiful float. All right.
You get that chicken dinner out
That's
there,
right. The Northern Lakes Homeschool Marching Band is coming into view. The members of the North Lakes Homeschool Marching Band are all home-educated students, ages 7 to 19, under the instruction of Mr. Robert Stiles. Let's listen to them. All right. Northern Lakes Homeschool Marching Band.
This organization exists to provide home-educated students the opportunity to participate in a variety of instrumental and vocal music programs.
I can't help but tap my toes. You know, they're a huge band.
Yeah, they are.
Congratulations to them. Northern Lakes Homeschool Marching Band.
Watching the National Cherry Festival, the 86th Annual DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live on Up North TV, brought to you through Community Access Television, serving all of Northwest Lower Michigan, on Charter Cable Analog 97 or Digital 992, and maybe you're even watching on your laptop or your home computer, because we're web streaming live on upnorthmedia.org.
And I'm Susan McQuaid, along with Roger Shomo. And out on the street, we have Jordan Blaker and Erin Bernhard. Let's go out to them.
All right, coming up next, it looks like Traverse Heights Elementary School, and they are representing the great state of Wyoming.
I love this float. It looks like Yellowstone National Park to me.
Lots of wildlife on that float, and then a snowmobile for good measure.
Ooh, Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Old Faithful's actually working.
It
Wow.
is indeed.
Well, that can't hurt. And look, we have a bison.
Ah, there we go. And snowmobiling
Gotta
in
be hot.
Yellowstone.
Oh, here it went.
And we have Quentin Combel and Kylie Carlton as the Prince and Princess on that float.
And remember, the parents made all of these.
We thank the parents
We
for their
can't
work.
thank them enough. They just did a fabulous job. Look at the bison.
I had an adult tell me when they were a child they were a alternate princess, and they couldn't sleep the night before, hoping that the other princess might not make it, and she would have to step in to save the day. And I have a friend who is a former prince, and people still mention it every time they see him.
Oh yeah, it is a huge honor.
Here we have
The Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians.
Celebrating their 32nd year of federal reaffirmation during 2012. Representing the GTB as the Medicine Lodge drummers and tribal dancers, both young and old. GTB has shared their heritage with many, whether it is through their drumming, dancing, artwork, and traditional teachings. They are dedicated to maintaining an integral part of the Grand Traverse region.
Look at the costumes. Aren't they
When they appeared on the
outstanding?
first Teleganza, I was amazed just how much work goes into their costumes. Let's take a listen.
You know, they are dedicated to maintaining an integral part of the Grand Traverse region. The band is proud to have over 4,000 citizens that are living by the 7 teachings within our community to uphold our traditions and contribute as local citizens. And you remember the story about the bear that swam across, right?
Right.
On the very back of the float, you will see that's part of that story and their tradition.
The story of the Manitou Islands. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. As when you're in Horizon Books, that's one of the things visitors always want. One of the storybooks about that story of the bear.
Yes, and their baby bears. Yes. The Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians, contributing to our community in so many ways.
Now we have the Antique Tractor Club. Looks like it's coming up Front Street right now. The Great Lakes Antique Tractor Club meets monthly at the Union Township Hall in Fife Lake. President Jerry Conrad and all the members welcome all makes of antique tractor owners who are dedicated to preserving farming heritage in the restoration of this equipment. The club participates in most local community events and parades to display the equipment from past agricultural eras. Now, coming from Dearborn, as I do, of course, Henry Ford originally did not want to make a car. He wanted to make something for farmers because he was a farm boy and wanted to make something for farmers to do their job easy.
Little known fact.
Fords and tractors.
Yeah, there you go. You know, many, many years ago, they used to have a parade on Thursday night. And they would have antique cars and antique tractors, and I am so thrilled that they continue to be in the big parade.
Yes.
Now, I'm not sure of the years of some of them, but you see about the fourth one back. Look at the fenders on it.
Oh my.
Isn't that the sleekest thing you've ever seen?
Now, I'm going to just take a guess and say that's a John Deere because it's green and yellow.
Oh, okay. All right. Good guess. Good guess. But some of them are from the 50s and 40s. Aaron, Jordan, can you find out what year those tractors are for
We've
us?
got a couple right here near us that are 1949 John Deeres.
Oh, you were right.
They are indeed. The next one coming up is a 1960.
Look at that. Look at that one pulling the family.
Of course, farming is an integral part of Grand Traverse, not only today, but its past, obviously.
Well, yes, and of course, cherry farming. Of course. You know, I think that, Jordan, you can tell us all about cherries, can't you?
I know a thing or two, that's for sure. If I don't, I'm in trouble.
Yes, you are.
Did you have to go to a special cherry education class?
Well, you know, I've met a lot of people, farmers, processors, distributors, marketing people, and I've learned a lot from them.
That's great.
Hands-on class.
Tell us about the types of cherries, Jordan.
Well, there's all sorts of types. There's sweet and tart, and some types that are specific to the Traverse City region. Montmorency is very popular, Bing, Balaton, and then there's some cherries that grow on the West Coast. And yeah, we all know that the crop wasn't what it should be this year, but we're just going to have a bountiful harvest next year.
There you go. Optimism reigns.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Boy, I think that's my favorite.
That is an interesting
Isn't
looking.
it? It looks like a spaceship.
Oh.
Speaking of,
There we are.
there we are.
This is the Civil Air Patrol USAF Auxiliary Cadet Squadron, isn't it? Oh,
No, not
no,
yet.
oh, not yet. I'm sorry.
First of
I
all, it's
jumped
the
ahead.
Christian schools.
Okay.
And their theme is North Carolina.
North-
And look at that airplane on the front of that float.
Of course, North Carolina, the home of Kitty Hawk, where the Wright brothers first flew. So that's why we have a plane there.
And there's
And that's Zachary Connor and Anna DeHane.
the Prince and Princess. Yes, I'm very impressed with them building that airplane. And they built it from scratch. You have to.
A long time ago, I actually did a Mr. Wizard show next to the Wright brothers' home in Greenfield Village.
Wow.
And had to teach the basics of air flight, which was lots of fun.
Oh, yeah, there's all the kids waving.
There we are.
First in flight, 1789. Now I think we have the United States Naval Sea Cadets and the Michigan Mountaineers. Correct?
We'll find out in just a second.
They're all in those, I think some of those are really old Army Jeeps, aren't they?
I think you're right.
That is the Northwest, this is the Northwest chapter of Korean War veterans.
You have a special relationship with this group, don't you?
I do. Al Okert is the president, a very dear friend. And Joe Latta also is there. You know, they're involved in so many activities throughout the Northwest Michigan area, serving as requested in funerals for veterans, as well as color guards during parades and other events, ensuring that Northwest Michigan veterans are not forgotten and letting them know that we still care by participating in events recognizing their service. They are included in the Grand Traverse Area Veterans Coalition and take part in events and activities covered by the coalition. They are a fabulous group of men who participated in the Veterans History Project through the United Way. We did it through the schools. They interviewed the veterans. The veterans received a copy of the videotape interview about their time in the Korean War, and a copy was sent to the Library of Congress to be part of our nation's history.
Great.
Korean War veterans, thank you for your service. As a matter of fact, because of my participation with the Veterans History Project, I was named an honorary member of the Korean War veterans. Talk about a moment
honor.
for tears.
Yes.
Yes. And here is the Grand Traverse Area Veterans Coalition.
Yep.
Thank you for all you do.
This coalition consists of 30 organizations, over 7,000 members, to advance the common interests of all veterans and their families. They work together to raise funds for projects such as a transportation vehicle for medical appointments, and phase 1 and 2 of the New Era Veterans Memorial Park, and sending goods to troops overseas. Of course, we moved the Veterans Memorial Park over by the Commons, and it's a very serene place to contemplate our vets' sacrifices.
You know, coming up also are the veterans of the Battle of the Bulge, Western Michigan Chapter 23, and they also have a very special place in my heart. They participated with that Veterans History Project, teaching our youngsters exactly what was happening. Hi, guys.
Of course, the Battle of the Bulge was a key battle that hastened the end of the war in Europe with Germany, but at a high cost. If you saw the Brand of Brothers miniseries, that was one of the key battles that was covered in that. It was the largest land battle ever fought by the U.S. Army, and there were 80,000 casualties and killed, wounded, or captured in this month-long battle.
And up there is Richard Rizzio, my good friend, Mr. Rizzio, there. I think that's him waving right now. A special thank you to all they do for the school children in the area, talking about their service.
And now is the time. Of course, these gentlemen are in their 80s and 90s, and you want to make sure you take a few minutes and talk to them about their service and thank them.
You know, unfortunately, the number is astonishing that our World War II and Korean War veterans are leaving us for better grounds at a rate of almost 17,000 per day. If you have a father, a grandfather that's been in any of our wars, please do sit down and talk to them. It's very difficult. The World War II veterans really did not want to talk about their service for the longest time. Many of their families had really never heard about their stories. But if you will go to the Library of Congress on the web and look at their questions that you can ask them, and they can talk about and teach us as the next generation what they went through to protect our country.
I believe we have the VFW post coming up next.
VF Post 2780,
yes.
Exactly. You know, the Post membership has grown from 43 to over 900 members, partially due to their involvement in the community and their commitment to our veterans. Some of their yearly programs are the raising and lowering of over 500 flags on Memorial Weekend, raising funds and donating uniforms to school bands, donating flags to several of the schools. Also, they sponsor the Voice of Democracy and Patriots Penn Scholarship Program for students in both Grand Traverse and Leelanau counties, working with Scouts and Young Marines on the Toys for Tot program. As a matter of fact, not too long ago, they collected 189 bicycles for the Toys for Tots program, setting a record. They also have a military assistance program, which is second to none, and they've shipped over 1,500 boxes of goodies to our troops overseas during the last 4 years.
I'm sure those troops appreciate that. Nothing like a taste of home to show up in a box.
That's right. A letter from home, those homemade cookies. That's right. Miss AMVETS, Caitlin Hicks.
As Miss AMVETS 2012 from AMVETS Post 114 of Elk Rapids, Miss AMVETS would like to thank all the men and women who have served in the armed forces and their families that stood by their sides for giving up their American dreams so that the rest of us could have the freedom to pursue ours. Thanks and God bless.
Caitlin Hicks. Thank you, Caitlin. Behind her is the Military Order of the Purple Heart. You know, this is chapter 609, and this was formed in 1992 and has about 82 members. All the members are combat wounded veterans from 6 wars, and the goal is to aid any veteran or his family needing help as much as the power to do so. We promise to uphold and defend the Constitution of America and the flag of our country, the Military Order of the Purple Heart.
Of course, the Purple Heart has a profile of George Washington. He instituted the awarding of it to Revolutionary War veterans. And that continues to this day.
Shaking hands all the way down the road. Bless your heart. Hi. Thank you for your service. Look at, he's got all of his
Ribbons.
Yeah. And that looked like a green beret, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. Coming up next down Front Street in Traverse City is the Pathfinder School float. Their state that they are representing is New Mexico. New Mexico has over 120,000 square miles.
You know, it borders with Utah and Texas and Colorado and Arizona and Mexico. And the kids learned, of course, about each one of these states. If you've forgotten, the state capital is Santa Fe. The name New Mexico reflects its 3 cultures: Native American, Hispanic, and English.
And riding there is Wyatt Dorman and Alexis Luce, the Prince and Princess from Pathfinder School.
What you're looking at right now is the Traverse City St. Francis cheerleaders.
The strength of this team are stunting and crowd interaction, so I'm sure we're going to see a great show here.
I hope so.
They earned top honors at Universal Cheer Association camps in the past, bringing home first in cheer, first in dance, and the coveted Traditions Award. The team is comprised mostly of young ladies in grades 9 through 12. This is Coach Kelly Thompson's 7th year with the program.
And right behind them is the St. Francis Marching Band. Maureen DeYoung does a fabulous job with these 48 marching band members. They have about 260 total band students, grades 5 through 12, who are in the band program. My office is about a half a block from St. Francis High School, and they were practicing yesterday. They really are great. We might not be able to see them right now playing because they're heading right down a half a block to the judges area.
Oh, that's right. We forgot about that. The judges area is a little farther down Front Street, and so they obviously want to play for the judges. And here they're starting to. Let's listen.
Marching in. Oh, look at that. Look at these beautiful horses. Aren't they lovely? I believe this is the Northwest Michigan Fair 2011 Queen Bailey Lautner, excuse me. Remember that? Going to the fair, going to the fair, going to the Northwest Michigan Fair. And that's going to be August 4th through the 11th, 2012. And Queen Bailey represents the Northwest Michigan Fair, a tradition of family fun and 4-H.
That's right. Queen Bailey is excited to be participating in the Junior Royal Parade earlier this week, and make sure you join and celebrate the 104th Annual Northwest Michigan Fair, August 4th through 11th in Traverse City, Michigan, down on Blairtown Hall Road.
Jordan and Aaron?
Here we are.
Hopefully you're drinking lots of water. The temperature out there, I believe, is 92.
Oh, we can feel it.
And what's in front of you right now?
The Veterans for Peace.
Ah.
Wow.
And the Veterans for Peace actually meet in the river level here at Horizon Brooks usually. I know I've seen them down there. It's a national organization of men and women, veterans and associate non-veterans of all eras, many of whom served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Gulf War, and Iraq. They draw on their personal experiences and perspectives gained as veterans to raise public awareness of the true costs and consequences of militarism and war, and to seek peaceful, effective alternatives. And that is a great mission statement.
Veterans for Peace, Chapter 50. Thank you for walking in our parade. And you are watching the DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live on Up North Television. The girls singing.
Yes.
Voices, beautiful.
Ward Eaton Towing Service has been serving the area since 1968. They'd like to recognize every United State. The many contributors wish to honor our military past and present and the freedom it represents. Of course,
Proud to be an American.
Yeah.
Great voices.
My
great
dad
voices.
had a service station, and he always called that the wrecker. Not a tow truck.
The wrecker. From the
Oh, we have the TCAPS Montessori and their school, and their theme is the state of Colorado. Is it Colorado or Colorado?
it depends on where you're from.
Okay,
I think.
all right. All right.
They'd like to also thank Linda Flynn and Shirley Martinique for their years of dedication to their children, as both Linda and Shirley retired at the end of the school year. Thank you, Linda and
nice.
Shirley.
Okay. Of course, Colorado in the news so much right now with the fires burning out there.
Right.
We wish them the best.
And there's Bel Air,
Yeah.
Chamber of Commerce, Miss Bel Air.
Yes. Delaney Davies and her court members Xantha Herbers, Victoria Carver, Kenan Dawson, Tegan Dawson, and Desiree Hurst. The Bel Air Chamber of Commerce welcomes everyone to the Bel Air Rubber Ducky Festival, scheduled for the third weekend in August.
Oh, and that is so much
Middle
fun.
of beautiful Antrim County. Gorgeous little town.
Put it on your calendar. You will not be disappointed. It is a fabulous Rubber Ducky Festival.
It's a great drive. Just driving through. I used to take a drive. I used to drive from Kalkaska to Charlevoix quite often and go through Bel Air. And it was gorgeous, gorgeous area.
2012 Bel Air Chamber of Commerce, Queen and her court. Beautiful floats. Ladies,
I'm ready for my
are you
close-up,
there?
Mr.
Jordan
DeMille.
and Erin,
Go
are you
ahead.
having fun?
Of course we are.
And who do you have in front of you?
Let's see.
Charlie Ferguson from the Fox.
Yep.
From the Grumpy Old Men, I believe.
Yep. Yep, they passed us a while ago. And coming up next is the Grand Bay Marine boat, truck and boat.
I'd like to be out on that boat.
Yeah,
this
Yeah.
afternoon.
they're the number one boat dealer in northern Michigan. They sell all sorts of brands. Nautiques, Stingrays, Regals, Berkshire pontoons. Pontoons are great to go out on
Yeah,
lakes.
they are.
Yes.
And you know what? Their employees have over 200 years of combined experience. They know what they're doing.
I guess so. They're celebrating their 15th anniversary. And they love to train you in how to correctly use your boat there out on the lakes. And I applaud that because you gotta be safe out there if you're gonna get in the boat.
And there's the Sound of Sun Prairie, one of my favorite. Comprised of 8 to 12-year-old grade students, and we'd love to get a listen. Let's listen. You know, the purpose of the Sound of Sun Prairie is to provide an environment in which students can learn to work cooperatively toward common goals, the power of positive attitudes, personal responsibility, self-motivation, individual sacrifice for the good of the group. And they have been here many, many times. As a matter of fact, I was one of their hosts when they came, and I remember that it rained a lot. My dryer did overtime on their on their uniforms, and they were staying at a local high school gym. And I remember going out and buying a lot of pillows also. It was a little bit too rough to lay on the gym. But the sound of Sun Prairie from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Total, I could go on and on as far as their awards are concerned. Believe me, they're an award-winning group.
Were they part of the Battle of the Bands out at Thurlby Field this week, I believe? Yes, the MACBDA, Mid-American Competing Band Directors Association, which was part of our festivities this week.
Nice job. Thank you. Sound of Sun Prairie, all the way from Wisconsin.
Interesting uniforms.
Are they? Yeah, they're very space age. I think that they should have, like race car drivers have those, that like you can put ice inside of them, or but they do have their volunteers, bless the parents' hearts as well, running alongside with bottles of water so they'll stay hydrated and nobody will pass out. Tapping our toes again. Oh, what's next?
Oh, one of my favorite groups in Traverse City are the Traverse City Roller Derby, Northern Michigan's premier and first roller derby league. And we have two groups. There's so many women who want to be in the roller derby that there are two teams, the Toxic Cherries and the Cherry Bombs. Over 70 members. The skaters come from all walks of life. You run into them all over town, and they practice 3 times a week and compete about once a month.
How wonderful.
And they do lots of good charity work out in the business and help develop the area.
Great.
With
great
it.
Group. Yeah.
With it.
Ready? Go.
Whoa.
Whoa. I don't want to be the one laying out there. Yeah. Well, on second thought, nice job.
The Toxic Cherry and the Cherry Bombs. I
Yeah.
believe the Toxic Cherry are in green and the Cherry Bombs are in red.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And you know, they're made up of teachers and real estate agents, and of course they don't use their names. They all have the most interesting names.
And I wish I could remember. I had a young lady on the front Friday, and found out late in the interview that she was also a member of the roller derby. Yeah. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, coming up next is St. Mary's of Hannah. They have a fabulous float. Now, I know you're not supposed to have favorites, but I really like this one. It's
And the
Utah.
state, yeah.
Look at that.
And of course, there's so many beautiful national parks in Utah. You have Arches, Capitol Reef, Bryce Canyon, Zion, and Canyonlands National Parks.
They're heading north to camp under the stars on the shore of the Great Salt Lake.
And Mason West and Alexis Robinson are the prince and princess on the float there. It looks like they're off-road vehicling
Yeah.
through the park. I hope that's
and
allowed.
look at they're roasting
Their
marshmallows.
smells. There we
Yes,
go.
they're roasting marshmallows. Thank you to the parents.
And
of
what we
St.
see here on
Mary's.
screen right now is a 1954 Seagrave fire truck, and riding on that are the crew from Fox 32 and 9 and 10 News. Northern Michigan's news leader, and earliest year they were named Michigan Association of Broadcasters Station of the Year 2011.
Isn't that a fabulous truck? It's a 1954, and there's the staff and the families of 9 and 10 News and Fox 32. Hi, guys. Wave. They're only halfway through the parade.
Yes.
They gotta get that wave back
They're almost
going. Yeah, that was beautifully reconditioned, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're watching the 86th Annual National Cherry Festival's DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live on Up North TV. Broadcasting live from Horizon Books here on Front Street in Traverse City. We want to thank again Amy Reynolds and the staff here at the bookstore for putting up with all our equipment while we do this.
Right. And what you're seeing right now is Consumers Energy. On December 6, 2011, Consumers Energy officially celebrated its 125th anniversary for serving Michigan as a utility company and plans on continuing that celebration throughout 2012. In recognition of the 125th year anniversary, Consumers Energy, now listen to this one, they granted $125,000 to 10 separate nonprofit agencies in select communities around the state.
So it's 1.25 million?
That's right.
Wow.
Right next to us, right next to the bookstore, is the Traverse City State Theater, and they were one of these $125,000 grantees.
We thank Consumers Energy for that.
Oh, yes. They're also promoting their support for energy efficiency with the use of reduced wattage light bulbs and the electric car, the Chevy Volt.
Yes, Consumers Energy. Of course, they once again want to thank the service people from Consumers Energy when, of course, we had the power outages earlier in this year, and they were out there doing yeoman's work, getting the power back to folks. And we thank them for that donation to the State Theater. Of course, a real gem that has helped revitalize this downtown area that you're seeing on your TV right now. And it's the Michigan Tech Alumni Association.
Look at those cool cars.
These are cars built by the students at Michigan Tech for all sorts of different types of fuel services. It's their SAE competition vehicles, the Clean Snowmobile, the Blizzard Baja, the Eco Car, and the Super Mileage vehicles.
This is Michigan Tech's third appearance in the parade, winning the Queen's Choice for Most Humorous in 2011. You can hear them yelling in the background and singing Michigan Tech Alumni.
The Huskies. Go Huskies.
Oh, there is no beer.
Oh, there's.
Is that what they're singing? Yes.
Of course, from the Twin Cities of Houghton Hancock, up in the Keweenaw Peninsula, where it's really cold. My brother-in-law went to school there. I went to, in February, they have their festival. And you put.
And of course, there's snow sculptures. They're known for their incredible snow sculpture.
You put on your long johns about end of October, and maybe take them off maybe in April.
The Copper Country is such a beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful Copper Country. Yay!
Thank you, Michigan Tech alumni.
You know, there are approximately 7,000 undergraduate and graduate students from across the nation and around the world. Oh, who are they swarming?
Jordan. Talk to us, Jordan.
Okay.
When skies are gray.
So beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
How much I love you. Please don't take my sunshines away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Wow. I'm so
Jordan.
That was something else.
That was
Jordan,
beautiful.
was that a complete surprise?
Just got to complete the prize. That's crazy.
I think that should be the outgoing Queen's official theme song. Please don't take my sunshine away. That was great. Live TV, folks. You can't plan things
Just
like
never
this.
know.
Boy, that is like huge.
That's great. They saved up all winter long for this, I think, release of energy.
Yeah.
Great engineering school. If your kids think of becoming engineering, you could not find a better place in the state of Michigan to send them.
fact, my
Tequila.
father went to Michigan Tech University as a World War II veteran. They had houses for veterans that were just like these round
Quonset huts.
Exactly,
Quonset
exactly. My older brother was born there, and some great memories, wonderful pictures. Michigan Tech University.
Red Hill.
Yeah.
Red Hill, yes. You got to be careful coming down that in the wintertime. You'll end up
In the
wet.
lake.
Yes, you will.
Yeah. They're having a good time. You know, speaking of good time, when I was coming into town this morning to come here to the Horizon bookstore, the number of families along the parade route who they had seats and they had it all covered areas for people that wanted the shade, and they're all having a great time, I'm sure.
The Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street.
Oh,
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Yes, it's the Wells Fargo's advisors. Of course, the living symbol of the American spirit, the Wells Fargo Stagecoach, with Mike Miller handling the ribbons there. In the old express days, Wells Fargo shipped railroad carloads, lots of cherries around the United States. Of course, today's a little different. The Wells Fargo Stagecoach salutes the finest cherries in the world, we have to agree, grown right here in Traverse City. And we want to thank Renee Brown with Wells Fargo Advisories for bringing the stagecoach here. Can you imagine riding one of those through the desert or someplace, riding shotgun, as
you
we
know,
say?
if I had another life, I don't think I was on a stagecoach.
No?
I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Hi. Look at
Let's
those
give this-
beautiful horses.
Train 4 horses to ride in tandem like that is not an easy job. I always think, when I think of those, I think of the movie Stagecoach with John Wayne.
Oh, yes.
And when the great stuntman Yakima Canuck jumped and rode the horses and went underneath the stagecoach.
Oh, yes, remember?
Which, of course, they redid with Raiders of the Lost Ark when he does that. So.
Sure.
Sorry, I had to throw a little movie trivia in there,
Little
guys.
movie trivia, exactly. John Wayne, my hero.
Yeah.
Oh, heavens. Oh, what is this?
We have, is this Silver Lake?
It is.
This is my kids' elementary. My
Oh.
boys went to Silver Lake, of course, my grandchildren. And their state is Pennsylvania. Of course, the Seahawks celebrate the historical significance of the state of Pennsylvania with depictions of Independence Hall, the Battle of Gettysburg, and the great inventor-scientist Benjamin Franklin.
Sure. Look at it smoking.
Yes.
Nice
Of course,
job.
Ben Franklin, who gave us so many great things like lending libraries and the lightning rod and Poor Richard's Almanac. And we have Keegan Klingel-Smith, and Maya Field as the Prince and Princess.
What an honor.
And
Look at the throne
Yep.
they're sitting on.
Yep. And I'll throw a shout out to my friend Principal Terry Smith over there at Silver Lake Elementary.
Nice job. They do a great
Yes.
job. Oh, look at the rocks. Look at the rocks all around
yes,
it. Yeah.
Yes, I see.
Nice job, parents.
Oh, look
Silver
at that.
Lake Elementary.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Somebody in the shade, thank goodness.
Yes.
Watching the parade. This is the 86th DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade, live on Up North Television. We certainly hope you're enjoying yourselves. We are.
Roger Shomo.
I am Susan McQuaid. And if you are in a nice air-conditioned house watching,
Yes.
that's great. We are experiencing the sights and the sounds right here,
Yep.
live.
And I see a lot of green and white there out on Front Street, so I'm thinking this must be the Grand Traverse Michigan State Alumni Club. They are
yes.
very active up here. And we have a lot of state grads. My brother was a state grad.
My husband.
Yes. And I've been...
What are they saying?
Go blue. Some people are yelling go blue, and they're saying...
Go green, go
yeah,
blue.
Yeah.
Just a little
There's
tiny.
a little rivalry between U of M and MSU here in Traverse City. And there's our friend Sparty. Now, last year I was a volunteer with the Traverse City Film Festival, which is upcoming pretty soon, and I helped run the Kids Fest. And we had the stage, we had the Zumba dancers out there, and Sparty was there, and he was up on the stage doing the Zumba. And I can't imagine what it's like to do Zumba in that outfit.
No. Good sport.
But he was a good sport. There we go.
There
I know
you
that
go.
song. Let's take a listen. Always brings a smile when they're throwing candy to the kids on the street.
Well, you know, they really don't throw candy because it's so dangerous. They're handing candy out, and I'm so glad that they changed that. The kids still get their candy, but it's a lot safer. That's right.
Tootsie Roll can do a lot of damage.
The current local scholarship winners are marching in this parade entry, along, of course, with Sparta, as we talked about, famously known around the world.
Yes.
Now, this is one of my utter favorites.
Here we have the Fred Hill Briefcase Drill Team.
They are a lean, mean marching machine. They're veterans of Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, the Americans Thanksgiving Parade, Indy 500, Pro Football Hall of Fame, Fiesta Bowl, and we are so honored to have them returning to the streets of Traverse City. Watch them.
Wearing their red power ties.
Yeah. They are hilarious. Come on, guys.
That was in front of them was the 1968 Chrysler Newport and a 1973 International Sidestep pickup.
Ooh, beautiful. Okay, they're gonna do it. You ready? Stop. Look at the briefcase drill team from Plymouth, Michigan. They're so serious. It's just a ride.
I haven't used a briefcase in so many years.
Yeah.
Aaron and Jordan, can you tell us what they're singing?
Oh, what they're singing?
Yes, can you hear them?
You know, they're too far away now, but it sounded like doo-da, diddy-dum, diddy-doo.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Oh, doo-wah, diddy, diddy, dum,
Yes,
diddy,
yes,
do.
yes,
there.
yes, yes.
You
Go
gotta
ahead.
be from the era of the music.
Yeah. Yes. Aaron, you can sing it.
Go for it.
Right now. Too hot to sing.
What's coming up next?
Well, the Pure Michigan Mustang just drove by.
Oh.
And then up next, it looks like,
Oh, there it is. It's the Pure Michigan 400 Roush Mustang.
yes, indeed.
All right.
You
That's
know-
going to be the Pure Michigan 400s at Michigan International Speedway on August 19th.
You know you can win this car?
Oh, I would love that.
Would you love
Always
that?
wanted a Mustang.
Yes, on August 19th at the Michigan International Speedway. You can visit michigan.org, by the way, for a chance to win this 412 horsepower Stage 1 Roush Mustang. And don't miss the Pure Michigan 400 on August 19th. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Of course, local Michiganian Tim Allen, who does those voiceover on those commercials for Pure Michigan.
Now this is such a darling float.
Oh.
This is the Old Mission Peninsula Elementary School.
Yes, and they're representing New York State. Of course, they're with the Statue of Liberty, the gateway to America. About 40% of all Americans alive today, Susan, have at least one ancestor who entered this country via New York Harbor. I know my mother's parents both did. The Old Mission Peninsula float foremost section begins with the swooping iron gates, and just past them, the Statue of Liberty stands upon Liberty Island. The float's middle section showcases Central Park, and the all-American kids out in their red, white, and blue waving international flags.
Homemade, by the way.
Yeah, there you
they
go.
are homemade by them.
And our Prince and Princess, Lucas Rodenroth and Mary Palermo, and the New York skyline, of course, there.
The symbol of New York State's role in the birth of our nation, growth of commerce, and in large part who we are today as Americans, the melting pot. Old Mission Peninsula Elementary School.
That's a great Statue of Liberty. I
They
love
made
it.
that.
It's wonderful, the patina look on there.
And of course, it has the cherry trees right behind
There
it.
you go.
Yep.
Now I don't know. Jordan and Aaron, is King Kong swinging off the Empire State Building there?
I don't see him, but that would have been a nice addition.
Yeah, it's a great touch.
But you know, this was the judge's favorite award.
Oh, it is. Thank you.
Yes, the judge's favorite, and I don't blame them.
Yes.
it's really very well done.
I bet you you wish you're glad that you're not a judge.
Oh, definitely. I do not envy them whatsoever.
Not at
The
all.
judge's favorite. Thank you, parents. You did such a wonderful job. Look at all the kids.
Of course, Old Mission Peninsula is, for those of you who don't understand, the peninsula, when we talk about peninsula. Of course, Grand Traverse Bay has the east and west arm of them, and in the center is the Old Mission Peninsula with a lot of a beautiful time to come up and visit. The Mission Peninsula is in spring when the cherry trees are blooming, and it's all white. It's gorgeous.
It is.
Yeah.
And also, they have some great vineyards.
And the newest crop on the Old Mission Peninsula, I just found out the other day, was hops for our local microbreweries.
Look at those faces.
He's drinking out of
look at he's drinking out of the fountain.
And coming up next, I hear some music.
Zuni, the Zuni Worldwide Entertainment. They look like the Blues Brothers, don't they?
Yes. They're inviting everyone to the first annual Traverse City Area Blues Fest, July 21st. So that's coming up in a couple weeks. Starring living legend Johnny Winter.
Wow.
Oh, from the Winter Brothers. 3 Grammy nominee and Best Blues Harp Player in the world, Billy Branch, and the Chicago Blues All-Stars.
Wow.
You can get tickets for that online at zuniwe.com.
Let's spell that. It's Zuniwe.
Right.
Yes.
And let's see. Oh, that's right. In the concert, the Cherry Pie 21 Anniversary Tour, featuring multi-million record-selling acts Skid Row, Warrant, Firehouse, Trickster, and Banshee. So lots of great music in the North Country here.
And it's a perfect way to celebrate the end of the Cherry Festival week with Traverse City's area's largest outdoor rock concert in years, presented by Cherry Pie 21 Anniversary Tour.
There they are.
There they are. Look at the guys. I love the Blues Brothers. Can we hear them playing? Is he playing the harp?
Playing harmonica?
Yeah. Zuni Worldwide Entertainment. Thank you for being a part of the 86th annual DTE Energy Royale Cherry Royale Parade. We are live from Up North Television, and we would like to thank Horizon Bookstore for allowing us to be sitting here in the nice air conditioning. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here to broadcast. All of our crew are outside, sweltering in the heat.
Yes.
We would like to thank our volunteers as well as our street side MCs, Jordan Blaker, who is the 2011 National Cherry Queen, and Aaron Bernhard, who works with me at the United Way of Northwest Michigan. Who do you have in front of you there?
We have Ruthie, country fresh cow. She's just mooing along.
Mooing along. Oh, that's a pun after my own heart. Thank you. All right. The official mascot of Country Fresh Dairy, Ruthie travels across the state of Michigan representing the high quality and great taste of freshness of all the fine dairy and ice cream products made here in Michigan with milk from Michigan's great dairy farmers, and a lot of great dairy farmers here.
And she is huge.
Yes, that
She
is a
really
big cow.
is. Hi, Ruthie. Ruthie the cow.
I always love finding huge animal statues like that.
Yeah.
Great to take pictures of. From all
And
over.
we have another band walking down. Aaron, Jordan, who's coming up next in those beautiful blue uniforms?
The Lighthouse Band from Racine, Wisconsin. And here they come.
You know, this is their 33rd year of competition. The Lighthouse Brigade of Racine continued its tradition of excellence in education and performance. They were the 2006 co-champions and have taken numerous awards for music, percussion, color guard, and visual performance. Isn't that a beautiful?
Yes. Great costume. Great costumes. The brigade has traveled places in Canada, Casper, Wyoming, Boston, Salt Lake City, Orlando, Calgary, Regina. Amazing places.
Yeah, and you know what? They continue to think that the National Cherry Festival Parade is one of their favorite places to perform. We agree with that.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. Are they going to play for us?
I think they're playing some Jackson 5 music, is what it says here.
Oh, let's see. Jackson
I Want You
5.
Back.
Wide-eyed wonder. Trying to talk her into it. Oh, this is the Mill Creek Elementary School.
Their theme is Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Mardi Gras theme with Jack in the Box, a big mask, and a throne for Prince and Princess Carter Velliquette and Lily Morton. Hope I pronounced that correct. Purple and gold and green.
All the Mardi Gras decorations.
Y'all come down to New Orleans?
New Orleans? Exactly. Have some gumbo. Mill Creek Elementary School. Again, thank you to the parents. It takes a lot to build a float.
Oh, yeah, giant mask. That's
yeah.
gorgeous.
Isn't that beautiful? And it's all handmade. They had to do it all themselves. And of course, the feather kids sitting on. Okay. Oh, they did the best use of color.
Thank you. Best use of color.
Thank you, Aaron.
Well, Mardi Gras theme it should be, right? Next we have the Women's Resource Center, the Global Hair and Fashion Project.
Now, let me tell you, you probably have not been there, but it is fabulous. They have it every year. They get together, the local hair salons and stylists who donate their time and talents to benefit the community, and then each October they put on this show. And I'm not exaggerating. They had a complete ensemble made out of human hair. Wow. But you go to the fashion show, you support the Women's Resource Center here in the Grand Traverse area, and the Impress Salon, as well as the Salon Verde, Epiphany, and Salon 804.
And it's the Michigan Apple Committees, and we have Marissa Tiddy, who is the 2012 Michigan Apple Queen. She's accompanied by her first runner-up, Emily Herron of Rockford. Michigan is ranked 3rd in the nation in apple production, behind Washington and New York.
You know, there are about 20 different varieties of apple grown in Michigan.
I like the delicious.
Yeah.
Golden is always great.
Yep.
Honey Crisp.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yes, the Fiji. Yeah, these apples are delicious, fresh, and are in pies, ciders, and hundreds of other recipes. Be sure to visit an orchard or a farm market this summer to taste some of Michigan's apples. Of course, in the fall, it's always great. Get them cider and
Apple
donuts.
Crisp.
Cider
This is the
and
Northwood Animal Hospital.
They've been helping Northwest Michigan with all their pet health care needs for over 35 years. They're very active in the local community, placing dogs and cats in need of a home, and a huge priority. Oh, cute puppies.
Look at those puppies.
They work with the Cherryland Humane Society, Hands to the Rescue, AC Paws, where I got my dog, Bella, and Benzie County Animal Shelter, just to name a few. So if you're looking for a friend, to take home, you can call any of those great places.
Right. And they become a member of your family.
Yes, they do.
Yes. A friend of mine just got a new puppy, and she said it was like having a newborn baby.
Oh yes. Make sure there's water out for your animals if you're there
All
outside
right.
today.
Aaron and Jordan, who's coming right there?
Long Lake Elementary.
Wow.
That was good, girls.
We
Thank you. We
practiced that one.
practiced.
They
Jaden,
are representing the state of Iowa.
Excellent.
and what, of course, does Iowa bring us but corn? Corn.
Lots of corn on that float.
Yep. Jaden Emerson and Piper Adams, the prince and princess on that float.
They built that barn.
As high as an elephant's eye by July, right?
That's right. Hi, kids.
I need some corn on the cob.
Oh,
Yeah.
now this is my float. This is the United Way of Northwest Michigan,
Yay.
and they're pairing up with the Traverse City Pyramid Head Club. Are both dedicated to strengthening our community through fundraising and volunteering. Although these two groups are different by nature, they're united by mission, and that mission is helping people close to home. And watch for more information about a party with a purpose coming in June 2013. Also, our big Day of Caring is Thursday, September 6th. We'll kick it off with a pancake breakfast for over 1,000 people at the open space.
Wow.
The Coast Guard will land their helicopter. We will honor our police and fire, and it's going to be fun. All you have to do is go to the website and get more information.
Wasting away on Grand Traverse Bay, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Margaritaville North.
Margaritaville. The Parrot Head Group, of course,
Yes.
picks a nonprofit agency each year, and it has this party, and we are so happy to have them with the United Way
Let's
this
go.
year.
Oh, hello, Jordan and Aaron. What you got out there now?
Got a big break.
Yeah, got a big.
We got a break. We see the.
We've got
We
empty
got some
road.
scooters. We got some Parrot Head scooter scooting around.
And looks like behind them is the National Cherry Fest drill team. Have you guys seen this group before?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness, they're so hilarious.
Tell me, what do they do?
You're gonna love it. You'll see in a minute. They've got their lawn chairs, and they're gonna do a special drill for you.
Oh, this is the
It's
Rotaries.
funny. Yeah.
Rotary, yep.
The Rotarians.
Yes.
How fun!
It's like the briefcase drill team, but I think a little better.
No, we can't have favorites.
Very funny.
Okay.
Well, they're dressed in red.
Yes.
Red for cherries.
Of course.
And of course, the Rotary Club is made up of community leaders, many familiar faces for
Right.
us, Roger being
Yes.
involved with the Rotary Club. And you know, they're united worldwide, providing humanitarian service, encouraging high ethical standards in all their vocations. Let's listen to them. Ready?
That's great.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This takes
One leg.
That's great. I love the drill sergeant hat.
Yeah.
Of course, the local Rotarians were one of the prime movers in the restoration of the State Theater here in Traverse City by with their agreement to pass that building on to the Film Fest.
Oh, yes, that's right, that's right. And you know, all Rotarians worldwide are united in a campaign for the global eradication of polio. The Traverse City Rotary. I recognize a lot of them. They're trying to look in disguise, but
it doesn't work.
Thank you, Rotarians, for all you do for our community. You know, you're a cross-section of our community's business and professional men and women, and many of our nonprofit agencies
Great
would
size.
not be here without the Traverse City Rotary Club.
Oh, and here is our the artist who did the Cherry Fest poster this year.
Oh, excellent.
And do I have his name? I don't. Thank you, David Hedge. He's done a whole grouping of images for the Cherry Fest. I think you can see them at inside-out gallery. If I'm not
There you
mistaken.
go. You know, the Shriners are coming up next. These men and their red fezzes represent one of the world's greatest philanthropies. The 310,000 Shriners of North America support 18 orthopedic hospitals, 3 burn hospitals, and 1 hospital that provides orthopedic, burn, and spinal cord injury care. All care is provided to children up to their 18th birthday, regardless of the patient's ability to pay.
That's a wonderful organization, of course.
Look at this one little hand. To date, nearly 1 million children have been treated by the Shriners Hospitals for Children.
Hi guys, hi ladies.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Paul Bunyan on the end of that.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Huh? Okay.
Oh, and we have another band coming up the street right now. The Lutheran Vanguard of Wisconsin was organized in 1978 to provide musical marching experience for the students of 3 Lutheran high schools located in eastern Wisconsin. This is their 12th time here in Traverse City.
And they always continue their reputation for outstanding parade marching unit by competing against some of the finest marching bands in the Midwest, national and internationally. They've earned Grand Champion awards, or there's somebody helping. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if they play something for us.
Small community in Wisconsin. I have a relative who came from there, and very much the same kind of community as Traverse City.
Yeah, and thank goodness for that. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you to the band directors and the parents for keeping everybody hydrated.
Coming up the road there, that red truck you see is the 1973 Chevy Stake rack truck. It's a replica of the first truck used by Heinrich and Fred Meyer to transport their groceries to their first store in Greenville, Michigan. Of course, Myers has grown a little bit since then. All right, and this truck was restored and presented to Fred on his 75th birthday.
And you know, they're always so pleased to be part of the National Cherry Festival, DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade, and proud to be a member of the Traverse City community. Thank you, Meyer. Girls.
We're here.
Yep.
We're here with Lakeland Elementary School's Washington float.
Oh.
We've got a big Mount Rainier right on the back there.
Great.
And all the cherry trees.
Oh, yes.
Isn't there somebody trying to chop down a cherry tree also?
Somewhere in there, I'm sure.
Yeah, right.
Fisher Bogart and Abigail Peterson, the prince and princess on that float.
That's Lakeland Elementary School.
The iconic image of Mount Rainier.
There they are. See a couple of them, they just have their hand out. They're tired. Look at this one. Riding her bike the whole way. Bless her heart. Little globe ball on the back. Thank you so much. It's no coincidence that there's a cherry by the same name. It was developed in Washington. We share our love for cherries with the great state of Washington and Lakeland Elementary School.
Now, girls out on the street. This looks like somebody you might know, right? You might know some people that go to Northwestern.
NMC?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
We've got all sorts of student groups coming up here behind Tim Nelson driving that beautiful Thunderbird.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh.
And I don't even know what to say about that. I am speechless.
Very intense. Whatever this is.
Are they Vikings or gladiators? I think
I would say Viking.
I would say Vikings.
Yes.
You know,
I really hope that my grandsons aren't watching this show.
all of their weapons are padded well, so
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank
They're
you
safe.
so much. Yeah.
definitely safe. Everyone's safe here.
Okay. You know, the as a way of saying thank you, Northwest Michigan College has brought out an especially large parade entry for everybody. It's comprised of representatives from departments from all over each of the 3 campuses, including familiar faces from the Haggerty Center, Extended Education, College for Kids, the Denos Museum Center, and many more. Plus, you'll see alumni from WNMC 90.7 FM and the historic Olson truck from the NMC barbecue.
The barbecue.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to always thank them for that barbecue. It's a wonderful time, and they give away a free scholarship to someone every year.
And you know what?
Yep.
They give more scholarship dollars to more students than any other community college in Michigan. I didn't know that. Oh, they're handing out something.
Yes.
Oh, and they're playing something.
You got guitars and bass, a banjo. Oh, a banjo. I love banjo.
You know what? We saw Steve Martin at Interlochen
Oh,
not
how
too long
was that?
ago. Wow.
You know, that's those folks that may not know Traverse City area. Of course, we have Interlochen Academy here, and of course, in the summer we have all those great acts that come to play at Interlochen. But you have to be careful going down Carlin Road there, because the kids are crossing over, and they'll stop you. They look like ducks in a row sometimes in their uniforms.
Hi,
Like the band
Mom, he
peep.
says.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yo-yo. I used to do that. Not
Here.
that good, though.
Not
Not that well.
good.
Not that well.
Yeah. NMC is really also very active with their students as volunteers. There was a group that went with our United Way of Northwest Michigan staff to New Orleans and rebuilt a house. Even 7 years, I think it's been since the hurricane. They helped Miss Minnie's family and completely drywalled the inside with other groups. But the NMC
Right.
students, even though many of them are older students, have come back.
Right.
They are so active in our community and so many volunteer groups.
That's because you can teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, there you go.
As a former returning student. I can say.
All righty. Sounds good. Many thanks to those who specifically helped in the development of this built green Grand Traverse mobile education trailer. Look at that. Look at the trailer. They and they're handing out balloons. How sweet are they?
Is there anything better as a kid than a balloon or a piece of candy?
Yeah,
I can't think.
it means so much. Oh, look, wouldn't that be fun to drive?
Yes. I wonder if they built that themselves.
Yeah.
And
The engineering program.
Thank you, girls. Engineering program.
Girls, what else is walking by you down there?
Well, we see the Olson's car right now in that great big buffalo.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoa.
yes, that's of course, they provide and for years and years have taken care of the barbecue. The generous donors, they have been there since the very beginning with the historic Olson truck.
and if you go down, of course, 31 in Traverse City, you go past the bison farm there. You see them grazing out on the grass there.
Yes, and not too long ago, a couple of them got out on the highway.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be interesting to come over the hill and see a buffalo in front of your car?
yeah.
Yes, this is a huge entry. NMC, a big part of our community. You know, I must say also that the WNMC radio station, 90.7 FM, is one of my favorites. They play
Yes.
some things that are really alternative that I don't
Yes.
hear all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, they do a great job. They really do.
They do.
That's WNMC.
And you're
radio.
you're watching the National Cherry Festival's DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade live here on Up North TV, live from Traverse City on Front Street. We're in Horizon Books. longtime community member, over 50. They celebrated their 50th anniversary last year with a little party. It was kind of nice, and we talk about the bookstore that when Vic Herman first started this bookstore, one of the things that people were arguing about were paperback books okay reading, or were they trashy novels? And things like, and Vic has always been at the forefront for against censorship for books, and that was one of the things he wanted to provide here at Horizon Books, were the books that you wanted to read, and he's done a great job over the 50 years. Him and his staff that have come through these doors. And it was kind of interesting at the last writer's series. Natalie Bakopoulos said she applied to get a job here, and she didn't get it.
An award-winning author.
So I teased her about it. But, she's on the bestsellers list, so
that's right.
Sweetest Revenge.
That's right. And we'd also like to thank Up North Media volunteers who are manning all of the cameras out in the heat, and as well as inside the Horizon bookstore.
Are they giving away food off that floor?
Well, I think so. I wasn't going to mention that. I know you're hungry.
No.
But we would also like to thank the Grand Rapids television station for the loan of some of our equipment that are making this broadcast possible. Many of you might be watching this online on upnorthmedia.org. Also, we were on Charter Cable, Analog Channel 97, and Digital Channel 2. So thank you for watching. We're having a great time right down here in downtown Traverse City, as we are only on, 106.
Yep.
And we still have,
and it's Real Rock,
Real Rock.
105 and 95.5 Northern Star Broadcasting. It's your home for free beer and hot wings in the morning. They were broadcasting live from the State Theater yesterday morning. Real Rock, and I was listening to it as I was coming here to do the show on Upfront Friday. Look at that truck.
Isn't that frightening?
That is, it is a little frightening. That tire is bigger than my house, I think.
Yeah.
Look at the shock absorber. There's 4 shock absorbers on each tire. My Lord.
And of course, 105, 99.5 Northern Star Broadcasting. They play everything from new rock that's here to stay to songs from back in the day. Check them out at www.realrockradio.fm. Real Rock 105 and 95.5, where FN means free music.
How did they get in that truck is what I want to
Yeah,
know. They must have a ladder.
A very large ladder, yeah.
I don't think they're jumping up into that one. Step-up plate wouldn't do it. Oh, look, and there's Batman and,
somebody going up in the air.
There's Waldo. Where's Waldo?
Where's Waldo?
And I have a feeling these might be some of my friends from the local comic store here in town. Dressed, let's see, I see Wonder Woman, I see Darth Vader, Captain America, Chewbacca. These are Party Giant.
Sure they are.
Party Giant, of course, is celebrating its 10th year anniversary here in Traverse City. Your party supply superstore. They operate 7 Halloween stores in northern Michigan, and they employ over 100 people during the Halloween season. And of course, you can get your costumes, and that is the point here at Party Giant. That is a transformer. I hear somebody singing something out there on the street.
Okay, girls, what are you singing?
This, of course.
Hey. Jordan and Aaron, who are those people?
Oh, it's the University of Michigan alums, of which I am one, so I am hailing and hailing.
Okay.
And on the back of their float, they have a banner that says "In Memory of Mel G."
Mel G. We want to think about Mel G, of course, who passed away just a short time ago, right before the Cherry Fest started, actually.
Absolutely.
You know, Mel used to be on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
He was there every single year. He would put up signs, like 8, 9, 10, kind of scoring everybody. Mel had been involved in the festival for, close to 50 years,
Something
I think?
yes.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful man that had been involved in the music program in the Traverse City area, and he is really our grand marshal, if you will.
Yes.
Kingsley!
Kingsley School Elementary. There are the Alaska is their theme.
Oh.
Of course, we see some lobsters there. You watch that Deadliest Catch show. You really,
Yes.
next time you have a lobster, you think about that, boy. Alaskan king crab and fishing and the Iditarod.
That's right. Dog sled races. There's a boat. Look at, they made that boat. I'm so impressed.
Yeah,
Thank you,
great.
parents, and the parents marching behind.
And on the king, we've got Riley Bristol and Gracie McPherson. And oh, it's WKLT Northern Broadcast, the KLT American Waste Giant Red Radio, featuring Northern Michigan's most listened to morning show, Omelet and Friends, with Rick Coates, along with Terry Ray, Motley Man, Big Daddy, and the rest of the KLT crew. You can tune them in at 97.5 or 98.9. KLT is Northern Michigan's heritage rock station. Now, I ran into Omelet quite a few times yesterday near the beer tent. They were set up, and it was interesting how they were set up, broadcasting, right next to the beer tent. I don't know if there's anything you can draw from that,
No.
but I'm sure.
No.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm not implying that Omelet was
Are you
imbibing.
trying to dig yourself out of this hole right at the
No,
moment?
not at all.
No. And my good friend Terry Ray. Hi, Terry.
It's the Pioneer Sugar with the Michigan Sugar Queen and her court. The queen is Taylor Janicek of Corunna, Michigan, and her court members are First Lieutenant Stephanie Denstedt of Lupton, Michigan, and Second Lieutenant Ashley Mazer of Eau Gray,
Very
Michigan.
good.
Did I get? I
Very
hopefully pronounced most of those correct.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure
And
you
we've
did.
got the giant Pioneer Sugar Bag. Is there a line of ants following that?
Yeah, exactly. And right behind them, there are horses. There are 6 and 7-year-old Belgians named Janice and Rosie. They weigh about 1,600 pounds apiece and eat about twice as much as a light horse. And the wagon is driven by Harvey Bell. Thank you very much for bringing those gorgeous horses. You know, the Michigan Sugar Company, producers of the Pioneer brand sugar, brings us an authentic, replicated 1860s covered wagon portraying the early pioneer days. Look at that.
Pioneer
Look at that.
sugar.
Isn't that something? You know, the Michigan Sugar Company is the 3rd largest beet sugar processor in the United States.
Wow.
I didn't
Amazing.
realize that. No.
You know, you got to look at something like the Conestoga wagon there and think that how many people can trace their families back to somebody who had the bravery and the courage or whatever to load what they had in one of those things and take it on a trail that they really didn't know where they were going, you know, to strike out and start something new.
I think that's just totally amazing. Absolutely amazing. We'd like to thank the Pioneer Sugar, locally grown, locally owned Michigan Sugar Company for participating in this parade. And once again, the company is a cooperative owned by over 1,000 sugar beet growers, employing 940 year-round employees and 1,450 seasonal employees. They generate nearly $500 million in direct economic activity. I just think that's kind of impressive.
it is.
Very much. Oh, look at this little one. Yeah.
She's a cutie.
She's a cutie patootie. That's right. Girls, how are you doing on the street?
Oh, we're
I
doing
think
well.
that's a future Cherry Queen.
There you go.
I think so too.
Yeah. What's coming up next, girls?
Beta.
The Bay Area Transportation Authority, better known as Beta, has done a great job providing park-free and ride service during this year's festival. I know I used it a couple times. They volunteer and families parked on the NMC campus and rode the festival in air-conditioned comfort. It was really nice.
Oh, very nice.
My wife dropped me off at the edge of town, and I was able to come in without having to deal with any traffic or parking issues.
Well,
Thanks for the rides, guys.
Yeah, and you know, Tom Nunzel, who heads up Beta, was the National Cherry Festival Executive Director, and he really is a leader in our community. I'm thrilled to say that I'm a friend of his, and thank you, Tom, and all of your employees for making those rides possible.
Speaking of executive directors, we were going to, before we started the program, have the current executive director, Trevor
Koch.
Track, and he was called away to help get the parade started. But we want to thank him for stopping by anyway, and I hope him and his family are having a great time watching the parade this morning.
Great guy. Great guy. If you haven't met Trevor yet, you've missed out. Hopefully you'll be able to work with him in the future. He and his family are kind of favorites of mine. He and my daughter went to high school together. There's the beta buses. 1, 2 buses.
There's a dog on the bus.
Somebody got tired of it. Oh, let me ride. Okay. Thank you for being a sponsor of the National Cherry Festival. Look at those young faces. What a darling. Pink cheeks.
String cheese?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There's frisbees flying out of this bus.
Frisbees flying out. There you go.
And it's the Traverse City Elk Lodge. Elk Lodge 323 coming up next on their float. They've been a local institution since the lodge was founded in 1898.
Really?
So into the 3rd century here. Our charitable elks work to raise money for local causes, supporting veterans, special needs children, and fostering a spirit of community. Traverse City Elk Lodge 323 is proud to be a part of this year's DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade.
Hello, everyone. Traverse City Elks Lodge has the most wonderful location also.
Yes, they have one of the best views of West Bay.
They certainly do.
Who are you talking to out there, girls?
I'm talking to a little princess. Elena from the International School of Music Festival.
They've been celebrating Cape Cod in Boston's Chinatown. Cape Cod is known for its beaches, of course, whale watching and fishing, like the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, a national lake shore, and a significant portion of the shoreline is part of the National Seashore. And they, of course, have many lighthouses. Look at that, to warn the ships of dangerous shoals. Also recognizing Chinatown in Boston. I've been there, it's fabulous. Working with their school in Beijing, China, the international school students are learning the Mandarin language.
Not an easy thing.
No, in all grade levels.
No.
I am so impressed.
Now, Susan, my brother, who is an immigration attorney, speaks a whole bunch of languages. He's fluent in Spanish and Russian, and his wife is from Beijing, and he is learning Mandarin. It is not an easy task, even for somebody who has a lot of skills. So, and of course, as an adult, and we always know it's easier to learn as kids. Next, we have the Sharky's Cuts for Kids. We see Sharky up there on their float. Celebrates generations of families every day by providing a fun experience and an excellent haircut. Attributes of the float can be found at the 4th Street location.
Great.
There's even some customers up there. I wonder if anyone's giving haircuts today.
Who's getting haircuts today? Aaron and Jordan, are you going to have a haircut today?
I should have a haircut today.
Oh my gosh.
No, long overdue.
Who is this coming up right now?
It's Graceland Fruit.
Oh my gosh.
They're the Michigan Ag Exporter of the Year.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
And they are the single largest provider of dried fruits in the world.
And we just got some dried cherries from them.
Oh, cool.
Delicious.
Look at that. He's got his award there. And they're dry. Oh, a 1964 Mustang. Ooh, I want it. And red. Cherry red, too. Of course, they produce dried cherries, cranberries, blueberries, and apples for commercial and consumer use. And like you said, they were recently selected as the 2012 Michigan Agricultural Exporter of the Year.
Here is the Interlochen Community School, their theme, Illinois. Aren't they darling? Princess Reagan Gideus, I believe, and Prince Owen Luke, and they represent the favorite hotspots of Chicago and tourists alike. The amazing model of the Sears Tower, the dazzling display of the Shed Aquarium, Wrigley Field, of course, with the actual scoreboard of this year's Tigers versus the Chicago Cubs. Illinois is known for its great farmland and strong agricultural, represented on the float with its miniature tractor. Look how cute that is.
And And look at the Tyrannosaurus Rex that you can see at the Field
And
Museum.
they built that. They
great.
built that. It was not a kit. I love it.
We're up with another band, and our band is
The Green Beret Marching Band.
and they're pleased to present themes from pictures and an exhibition for your enjoyment. The band was formed by the VFW Club to provide a summer music program for the youth of Janesville and the surrounding area. It's the 46th year.
Let's listen.
The Green Beret Marching Band has traveled as far as Washington, D.C. and Edmonton, Alberta. They've won many trophies and awards and are the crowd favorite band wherever they go.
You know, many lifelong friendships are formed during the long hours of rehearsal and travel that go into bringing you this performance today. So thank you for bringing your band here today, the Green Beret Band. Yay! 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, the stories when we were talking about all the friendships and the camaraderie and you know that you learn as a young person in a marching band, that it's not all about you, that it's about the team, that you have to make those sacrifices for practice and on and on. I think that really just builds character, and part of the Green Beret Marching Band is that it emphasizes that personal growth, and it emphasizes that personal responsibility to their community and that spirit of working together, just like us.
Just like us.
Just like us.
Susan McQuaid here, and myself, Roger Shomo, and you're watching the National Cherry Festival, DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade, live on Up North TV, brought to you through Up North Media here in Traverse City and out throughout northern Michigan. Hopefully you're watching on a HD, maybe.
Yeah, or on your computer,
on
right?
your computer, streaming live. And if you've tuned in late to us, you can. I know that we'll carry the parade again in repeat, so that you can catch the whole thing.
Yes, yes. Let's go down to Jordan. Jordan, who do you have with you?
I have Dr. Gary Caberly with me right now. He's the past president of the festival. Don't you dare walk away. And he is the official photographer for the National Cherry Queen and the whole festival. Hi Gary, how you doing?
Fine, Jordan. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. How's the parade been?
Great. I've been up at the corner, up by Front Union. Been wide. It's great. The band started to play there. We got Mel G in the corner. Yep. He looks just like Mel. We got a chair for him, and it's cool.
Very nice. Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Queen.
Oh, and that was Lauren Amstead from 7 and 4, Up North Live TV.
You know what they're doing?
What?
They're taking pictures, and you can go and download the pictures all along the parade route. They're taking pictures of the crowd, and then you can go to their website and download any of them. You might be there.
That's right. Okay. News teams such as Mark Gillette, Ariel Berlin, Melissa Smith, and meteorologist Mark Watkins and Joe Charlevoix, who gave us this. I don't know how much they have to do with it, but
I really don't think they have anything to do with it, to be honest. But it is.
But
it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day, you know, and it's interesting when you live outside Traverse City and you come and you run into these folks on the street and places, and you're like, oh, I know you're. How do I know if you've grown? Because you're not in front of that desk and the screen with the 7 and 4 logo,
Right.
so you don't know who.
Right, and of course they're in your living room. All righty, the Junior Royale Parade Use of Animation Prize. Who is this?
I believe this is Holy Angels.
Is it? Look
Yeah.
at that boat.
Tell us what you're seeing out there, girls. Aaron
Oh, wow.
and Jordan.
We've got a steamboat
It is-
representing Mississippi.
Oh, it's the SS Holy Angels,
Yes,
a
it is.
riverboat cruise, providing the only way in which to experience the river area of the Native Americans, river boatmen, and explorers such as Mark Twain. Mississippi, the South's warmest welcome.
Yes. What's interesting about I have, as a guest teacher in TCAPS, I've been all over and met a lot of kids in the area. And one of my fondest memories is going to Holy Angels one day. And the kids, all the little girls are Mary Grace or the names were so different. It was so fun, but they were so fun.
Look at how
Great kids.
adorable. That float is amazing. You deserve that award.
Yes.
I'm very impressed.
And who are the prince and princess?
Oh, look it up because they
I'm
really
going
need to.
I want
Yes.
to. I want to look at that.
Oh, and while you're doing
and
that-
that's Garrett Rokas Gauthier and Alyssa Porpoise.
Excellent. And while they just passed, the next one is Charlevoix Chamber of Commerce. Look at the beautiful queen in her court. Dale Boss, by the way, has driven that truck for 31 years to make Charlevoix beautiful without compensation. That goes around in waters.
Oh,
the
that's
5 miles of petunias lining the main streets of Charlevoix. And of course, here are the beautiful Charlevoix Chamber of Commerce queen and her courts.
And that's Lauren Bartley and her court on that float.
Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that
we
blue.
have so many members of royalty here.
You go
Yes.
to Charlevoix and catch the Beaver Island. Over to Beaver Island, that's always fun.
Exactly.
Classic Rock the Bear, Northern Star Broadcasting. Classic Rock the Bear, home of legendary Bob and Tom Morning Show. Bear features only the best of the best genuine rock classics spanning over 4 decades. Total entertainment. It's found at
Classic rock.
98.1 on the dial, the Grand Traverse area, and 107.1 in Cadillac, 95.5 in Petoskey in the Straits area, and 93.9 from Gaylord to West Branch. And of course, you can always get them online too at classicrockthebear.com. So they're just everywhere.
The Bullock Creek Lancer Marching Band is coming up next from Midland, Michigan.
Let's take a listen.
They're one of 3 public high schools in the Michigan city of Midland. They have a school enrollment of about 600 students, and the instrumental music program serves to educate 20% of the entire student body in a quality music experience. The instrumental music performing group consists of 2 high school concert bands, and this Lancer marching band, plus the jazz band, percussion, and other various small ensembles. Oh, look at.
Do the dip, do the dip.
Yeah.
Like all great marching bands, they have a great parent booster group that supports the Lancer Marching Band.
Go Creek.
Go Creek. Or is it Go Crick?
Is it Creek or Creek?
My mother always said Crick.
Ah, there you go.
And
Hi. Oh, this is a cute little person. Was that a donkey?
I think that was a course, maybe. Grand Traverse Academy.
This is my grandchildren's school.
Oh.
I cannot tell a lie. The Commonwealth of Virginia is the birthplace of America's first president, George Washington.
Rich with history and natural beauty, the Commonwealth is known for its gardens, rich colonial heritage. Of course, Jamestown, Virginia, one of the first places settled in this country, and home to 8 presidents.
Oh,
The float offers some highlights of the state's treasures: birds, flowers, trees, butterflies. Presidents, of course, the famed story of our country's beloved father and the chopping down of his father's cherry tree.
yes.
Is that a real story?
It is.
Is it?
I cannot
Okay.
tell a lie.
Virginia, where America the Beautiful begins.
Yes. Grand Traverse Academy, fabulous job. And here's Miss Kalkaska Court 2012.
Aaron, who is Miss Kalkaska this year? I thought maybe her name was on the
Morgan.
float.
Morgan's her name.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, girl.
The 2012 Miss Kalkaska Court represents the Kalkaska community, as well as helping with community service activities, and will travel to many other festivals throughout the summer. Look
Of course, the National Trout Festival is held in Kalkaska. If you've ever been to that,
Oh,
of course
yes.
you go in Kalkaska and they've got the big trout there statue.
Yes.
Let's see. Is Morgan then? Is she the queen of the Coliseum? In
Exactly.
Cal-
Team Elmers
Team
with their
Elmers.
pink hallelujah. Look at that. Fight like a
Like a
girl.
Of course,
The
breast
hit-
cancer awareness. Yes.
Exactly. Hit cancer below the belt. Fight back. You know, for over 55 years, they've been the experts in asphalt and concrete or cranes.
excavation.
But every time I see this pink cement mixer coming down the street, I smile. I am so thrilled that Team Elmers has
If you go down,
taken the initiative to fight against breast
go down
cancer.
US 31 in the winter, they have a big Merry Christmas sign that's hanging off on a crane. And 4th of July, they have a huge American flag that was held by a crane. We were seeing that. I think Team Elmers may have just paved just about every square inch of Grand Traverse County at one time or another.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Yes, they are.
Coming down the street right now is
Time
the
for a
Constitution Celebration Event Committee. Look at all of them.
Yes, dressed in the tricorn hats, of course. And they celebrate the anniversary of the signing of the Constitution on September 17th, 1787. The event is a yearly affair complete with costume skits, music, and presentation. It also provides an opportunity for participation by guests and supports several contests that serve as entertainment and teaches about the aspects of the Constitution.
This year's events are Ms. U.S. Constitution, Patriot Idol, Michigan Constitutional Scholarship Competition, and an art competition. The event will be held at the Williamsburg Dinner Theater in Acme on September 16th, and that's free for children of all ages.
Right. And they're handing out actual copies of the Constitution.
Are they really?
Yes, they are.
Look at those fabulous
Yes.
costumes.
It's an amazing
Listen
document
to
that
her voice. Wow.
that must be the winner of Patriot Idol.
Yeah.
Oh, little children.
I think coming up next is the Glen Lake Elementary School float. And they are presenting Emma Depew and Prince Alexander Davis and welcoming you to the state of Hawaii.
Hawaii. Aloha, Hawaii. Now, we have beautiful beaches here, but so does Hawaii. One of the most beautiful places with their beaches, outdoor adventures, and stunning beauty. Hawaii Island isn't just big, it's growing, okay? Because of the volcanic activity behind it, it's actually getting bigger all the time with its volcanoes.
Glen Lake Elementary School. Look at the little hula dancers, the volcano there, the flowers, the surfboards. Nice job. And here's the Kingsley Area Schools Marching Band. They've participated in the Cherry Festival Parade since 1980. Let's take a listen. you'll notice all of the shirts because they've decided that their whole theme this year is summer fun with music from the Beach Boys. Love it.
I saw the Beach Boys were here last year at Interlochen.
We'd like to thank the Kings League band boosters who continue to sponsor the summer parades and the summer band program. And they certainly hope that you've enjoyed their show and have fun, fun, fun till your daddy takes the T-bird away.
And now we have the National Asparagus Festival float. This year's theme is Show Me the Green. Aaron, can you tell us who the queen is on the Aspergrass Festival float there?
Aspergrass, yeah, her name is Del Merrill.
Hello there. Yes, Aspergrass. I speared you with that pun.
You did indeed.
All right, we're going down to the street where Jordan Blaker and Aaron Bernhard are standing by. What's happening on street level?
Well, it's just so exciting down here. Coming up is the Junior Royal Parade President's Award winning float. It looks like it's Eastern Elementary School.
They are representing the great state of Florida, the Sunshine State.
Excellent. And they're saying greetings from beautiful Florida, the Sunshine State. There's so much to see with the white sand beaches, to the lush parks, to the historic treasures and man-made attractions. And I have to tell you about Eastern Elementary School.
Yes.
I just adore their staff.
Mm-hmm.
And we had an opportunity to do their Heroes program. And we worked with kids utilizing Up North Television's equipment.
Oh, great.
And we taught them how to shoot video, how to write a public service announcement, which was just 30 seconds. And they did public service announcements, including some on bullying, and won top prizes at the Meyer video contest
That's
statewide.
That's
Congratulations to the staff of Eastern Elementary School. You're fabulous to work with. And they were seen, of course, on Up North Television.
That's right.
There's Grandma taking a picture of the kids.
Gotta have a picture. Put it in the scrapbook.
That's right. You know, the state of Florida welcomes a record-setting 86 million visitors.
Oh, look right now. You can see the space shuttle launching.
See it? Look at it going.
Isn't
Isn't that sweet?
That's great.
And once again, all of that is homemade by some brilliant parent, or parents, plural.
Of course, the Florida Space Coast, Merritt Island, the National Wildlife Refuge, and of course, the Kennedy Space Center, where America, it leads the world in space exploration.
That's right.
Right.
Florida,
Yep.
the Sunshine State, right? So much fun under the sun. Well, we're having a lot of
Yes.
fun under the sun right now.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining us. It's the 86th DTE Cherry Royale Parade. I'm Susan McQuaid.
I'm Roger Shomo, and you're watching us on Community Access Television, serving all of Northwest Lower Michigan, Charter Cable Analog Channel 97 and Digital 992. And we're streaming right now live on the web.
That's right.
Yes.
Jordan Blaker and Aaron Bernhard are standing by. Go, girls! What's happening?
Seems like we're at a standstill for a moment.
Well, tell us about some of your memories of the Cherry Festival. Aaron, you've been here in town and participated a little bit. Turn around so I can see your darling face.
There you are.
And talk to each other about some of your favorites.
What did you get to do this week?
Oh my goodness. This week, if it was a Cherry Festival event, I probably attended it.
Sure, of course.
You know, the air show is one of my favorites. The Princess Tea Party.
Of course.
All the little princesses are so cute.
Love
We had
that.
the fashion show. We were at the Pit Spit. I mean, it was just a great week.
All over the place.
What did you get to attend this week?
Well, I attended the air show as well, which was one of my first in a long time. It was really exciting. Also got to volunteer in the pie and ice cream tent for a little bit, which was nice. It was exciting on Tuesday afternoon. What else did I do? I don't know. I just kind of been roaming around. I live right downtown, so
perfect. Well, you're here now.
And here I am now. So
We sure appreciate you being
Thanks,
out
Carl.
on the street in the 90-degree weather as we continue our parade, and we are by no means done yet as the Eastern Elementary School float goes by. Thank you again to them. The new queen as well is a good friend of Erin's. Erin, did you go to high school with the new queen?
I did indeed. Meg and I actually sang in the Traverse City West Chorale and Choral Airs together. We traveled to Europe to compete in a competition in Wales in 2006, and she's a dear friend of mine. It was so exciting when I heard last night that she had won.
Fabulous, fabulous. Hello, somebody's waving at us. Hi. Look at the darling redhead. Look at
Jimmy John's.
Is
I
it?
thought no. Oh, this is 1965 cherry picking queen tribute.
Oh, there's Jimmy John's. There's Jimmy John's.
There's Jimmy John's.
Freaky fast, freaky good, like unlike any other sub. But this lady has
Is
fabulous.
Marcy Robinson, in 1965, was she picked 60 lugs of cherries in one day from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Frank Krupa Orchard in Elmwood Township in Leland, County. And that is an amazing record.
It is. Look at the number of 60 lugs. I mean, that's amazing. But this is a tribute to their mother and grandmother.
How nice.
I love that.
That's really nice.
Northwest Michigan Migrant Research Council is coming up right now. They'd like to recognize the hard work and sacrifice of Michigan's migrant workers and their families.
Yes.
They'd love to thank the workers for their contribution to our local and statewide economy.
The crops dependent upon migrant labor contribute $7 billion to Michigan's economy annually, according to the Michigan Department of Agriculture. We can't thank you enough.
Thank you. The Northwest Michigan Migrant Resource Council. Delicious Michigan cherries.
Eagle View Farms.
We have some cherries sitting right here.
Yes, we do.
I'm very anxious to have the cherries here, as well as going down to the open space. There is a farm market down at the open space here in Traverse City that has fabulous cherry products. I really don't know what this is. Erin, Jordan, what is this?
I've seen one of these once or twice. It's a shaker. That's how you get the cherries off the tree.
Tree shaker.
Cherry shaker. Okay.
I knew that you would know.
Oh yeah. It's really quite amazing to see. I mean, it just really, they fall off and it's like raining cherries. It's amazing.
Oh, I see. And then they catch in the scoop there on
Exactly.
the side. Oh, okay.
Exactly, and then they funnel into a vat.
A lot faster than picking them by hand, I assume.
I think so.
Absolutely. Though I did hear that this year, because of the smaller crop sizes, they were picking a lot by hand as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, yes. Thank you again to the Northwest
Of course,
Michigan Migrant
we have some
Research
cherries
Council.
right here.
Yes, exactly.
So, snacking in between when the marching bands go by. We take a little break and have a little snack.
It's the Cherry Festival, right? Coming up next is Cortate Elementary.
Oh, okay.
Again, one of my favorites.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you to see them because I think that this is a fabulous float. They built a barn. They actually built a barn.
The barn on the float.
Yes, yes.
Okay, there it is.
Can you look at this? They built
and
the barn.
Look at it. There is a longhorn bull popping his head in and out of that barn.
Look at the little horses.
The hail bays, the little horses, pintos.
And they are celebrating Texas.
Texas, of course.
Red, white, and blue, of course. And on the back, they have, of course, all of the state bird, the state flower. The kids learned so much. And thank you for Cortate Elementary School.
And Brendan Kaufman and Kylie Ridnour are there as the prince and princess. And look, it's KHQ.
WKHQ.
106 Northern Michigan's hit music channel. Home of the red hot best morning show. Jocelyn and Heather are up there on the boat, the pontoon there.
Lisa Knight.
In the midday, right? Fish in the afternoon. Oh, look at that. Nobody.
Are they dressed as hot dogs?
They're dressed as hot dogs. That's too funny.
That is fun. That is really fun.
House
the
of
House
Dogs
of Dogs, of course. They're Traverse City's own Coney Island.
Yeah. I tell
It's
you can go in there and you look at that board of choices that you could choose from for hot dogs, and it boggles your mind.
It does. They love to do fun things, and,
Yes.
and you know they really are a community contributor. They're going to sponsor our hot dog lunch for the September 6th day of curing. You'll
Yes.
go out and do your thing, and then there's the House of Dogs once again, giving their all.
Make sure you stop in and have a dog.
Yeah, party rockin' hot dogs.
Cranking it there. He's shredding it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Chili,
When was the last
some
time you
chili.
saw a hot dog on a motorcycle?
I've known some guys on motorcycles who were hot dogging it.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
How's the dog?
There's. Thanks, how's the dog? Speaking of musicians, while we've been broadcasting here, somebody who performed last night, Dick Wagner, who has worked with a lot of rock and roll artists, including Alice Cooper, is actually sitting across from us in Horizon Books, signing his new memoir. And I gave him away there. Not only Women Bleed is the name of that, maybe you can stop in and pick that up here at Horizon Books too.
Yeah.
And we thank Dick for coming in and performing last night. I heard he really ripped it up.
Oh, yeah. How
Really
exciting.
good.
There's the crowd. Believe it or not, where
Yep.
you can almost see the end of the
Almost.
parade, but we do have a few more elementary schools that
Yes,
have
we
worked
do.
so hard. This is
Cherry
Knoll.
What a gorgeous school. Recently rebuilt, and their theme is Arizona. All right, and Derek Swanson and Macy Wilcox are on there. They invite you to explore what Arizona, the Grand Canyon State, is all about. The beautiful sunshine, the cactus, the flowers, the mountains, the road runners, coyotes, hopefully they're not after each other, and other cool critters that make this state so unique. Arizona is one of the wonderful states that makes America the beautiful.
You know, one of their children walked by me on Thursday and she said, do you know if a cactus has an arm on it, it's over 100 years old?
No, I didn't know that.
It is.
I didn't know that.
And this is the 1946 Fire Department pumper. This is custom built for the Traverse City Fire Department when the Park Place Hotel was built.
My,
The purchase cost was $12,000.
that would have been a lot of money back then.
Yeah, 6-cylinder, triple ignition, 120 horsepower engine, and the pumping capacity was 1,000 per minute at 125-pound pressure. It was decommissioned in 1955, but it is
You
so
gotta have that
beautiful.
pressure to get up to those upper stories. That
Yeah.
was why they needed that.
Sure.
The Park Place, of course.
Yeah, isn't that
And
gorgeous?
if you haven't been to Traverse City, if you come and visit us, be sure to go in and see the Park Place, the gorgeous hotel.
Oh yes, renovated back to its original state. They stripped all the woodwork. And by the way, their baked potato pizza is my absolute favorite.
Baked
Just
potato
thought I'd
pizza?
tell you, I'm getting hungry now.
Oh, man.
Yes, I'm getting hungry.
Sounds And here we are. We're live from Horizon Books on Front Street. We want to thank again the staff here for putting up with our equipment and all that. We do, of course, a show every Friday from here, Upfront Friday, where you could be the most interesting person on Front Street.
There you go. And speaking of interesting people, the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary is Central Grade Schools float. Look at, they have a little boat there, the navigation unit working on a lighthouse, the rescue team rescuing kids from the water, the Central Grade School.
Yeah, and we have Logan and Kelly on there, the prince and princess, and a bunch of their friends from Central Grade School, right in the heart of downtown Traverse City, slated for some updating, I believe, in the near future. It's a lot of fun. And Principal Bob Peters,
Yes.
a friend of mine. Give him
Great
a shout
guy.
out there.
Great guy.
Yeah. Whoa, that scared me.
Lake Superior State University, filled with some of our fantastic alumni from throughout the state. The Aquatics Research Laboratory boat, you'll see shortly, takes students all through the St. Mary's River system, where they obtain valuable experience in fisheries management and fish health. The trailer pulled by our public safety vehicle holds an antique horse-drawn fire pump. You'll see that coming up, that date back to the old Fort Brady, the site of an army post where Lake States now sits. And it's contrasted by the modern fire equipment currently used by Lake State fire science students.
You know, there's a lot of great universities in our state. We'd be very proud of the educational level that we provide throughout the state, and Lake Superior State is one of those.
There is the boat that we were talking about a little early. That Lakers, Lake Superior.
You know, and it's interesting how that, you know, there's certain programs that are specific to some of the universities here.
Yes, and
Like
Hollywood.
Buckley Community Schools theme is California, and you can't have California if you don't talk about Hollywood. So walk down the red carpet, make sure to keep your eyes open. You might see some stars.
Look at, there's the
Jackson
Oscar.
and Abby on that float.
The prince and princesses, those are the stars.
And that's appropriate going past the State Theater in just a minute. Of course, the state, after the Cherry Fest, a whole new group of volunteers comes into town to deal with the Traverse City Film Festival in its 8th year, started by founder Michael Moore, and just announced this morning that a special guest that will be coming for the film fest this year, Susan Sarandon, actress and activist.
I love her.
Probably catch Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, exactly.
More than likely, I have a feeling.
Look at the
These
hair.
kids,
Look
I
at the
love
red
that
hair. Yeah, with the sunglasses.
Yes.
Ladies.
And they all have their sunglasses because they're movie stars.
Jordan and Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm wishing I had some sunglasses right now, that's for sure.
Oh, did you want to borrow some from them?
I should run up and grab some.
We're doing great down here.
Oh, yeah.
Are you having a good time?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Good. Can you grab anybody from the audience and ask if they're having a good time? Will anybody talk to you?
Sure, let's see 1 second.
Yes, just say, come on over here.
Hey buddy, will you talk on TV for a second? Are you having fun today?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the parade so far?
The free stuff to hand out.
Yeah, I like the free stuff too.
Lots of free candy, right?
well, I'm glad you're having fun.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day, buddy.
That's great. Free stuff, yes.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love free stuff?
That's right.
Free handouts are great.
There's an honest child.
Yes.
What's your favorite thing? Free stuff.
Win me.
Oh,
That car says win me.
okay.
All right.
How can I do that?
I don't know. I want to find out.
You can go to
Okay.
the casino.
Ah, the
Turtle
casino.
Hey.
Those are classic cars. Instead of giving away new cars, they're giving away muscle cars from the 60s, it looks like.
Oh, wouldn't that be fabulous?
Is that a Camaro? I think?
The Grand Traverse Resort and Spa's Green Committee has achieved the awards of Michigan LEED certification, and they are giving away those cars.
That was a Camaro. Excuse me.
Was that a Camaro?
That was a Camaro. I
Okay,
believe,
thank
yes.
you.
The
Thank
orange
you.
one.
Sorry.
Want to
sorry.
make sure. My dad would.
Yes. Blair Elementary's float will look like the Grand Ole Opera stage with the barn backdrop. They have hay bales and a rotating guitar. The kids on stage are playing instruments and singing. And they have the birds, of course, and representatives of the state of Tennessee.
Grand Old Opry.
Blair
Elementary. I spent a lot of time at Blair. And that's Trent and Lillian, who are on the float of the Prince and Princess.
And who's on the back?
And a special shout out to a friend of mine who just retired from Blair, Bob. He's enjoying himself now. It's the Shadow Armada. Now, this is interesting because we have Bibles in front of us, binders with all sorts of descriptions of the float. We had no idea the Shadow Armada, and I guess they snuck in.
I'm
stealth-wise.
so thrilled. Let's give them a listen. I'm sure they're going to play for us any moment.
Oregon, Wisconsin. wave. Hello, Ben. Let's give him a shout out. I'll have to say hi, Jack, who's probably at home watching.
That's right. That's right. Thank you to Shadow Armada. What a treat.
They were good.
You know, we're coming to the end of the parade, believe it or not.
Yes.
And number one, we have to thank Jordan Blaker, the 2011, and Aaron Bernhard. And who you're seeing right now is this DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade Director, Jeff Needham.
Jeff Needham has been part of the National Cherry Fest for over 14 years, from operations, air show, parade coordinator, born and raised city boy here in Traverse City. He's also a multi-line insurance agent for Farm Bureau Insurance, member of the Young Professionals, I know some of those folks, president of the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, Northern Michigan chapter, and works with the Sportsman Banquet at New Hope Community Church.
And these are the parade committee and directors of the National Cherry Festival. You know, the National Cherry Festival wouldn't happen without volunteers. And this parade committee, as well as the directors that you see coming up, they work all year long putting their committees together and making the National Cherry Festival happen. It just would not happen without these volunteers. We can't thank them. We appreciate them.
That skater board was my son.
Oh, there you go. And see, they're holding up all of their signs
Yes.
for the different events. And I recognize so many
Thank
of
you,
them.
Ambassador.
Thank you so much,
A lot of hard
directors
work.
and parade
Done a great
committee.
job.
That's right. Band judging, the Welcome Center. No, the waste management.
It provides residential solid waste collection services for everybody up here in Northern Michigan. But more importantly this week, their Traverse City location is a longtime partner with the National Cherry Festival and DTE Energy in coordinating the festival's recycling and green initiative. Waste Management generously provides the festival their equipment and collection services all week long, helping us to keep our venues clean and green. We thank you, Waste Management of Northern Michigan, for your continuing support. Yep.
And behind them are the clowns and the Great Lakes striping and sealing. And you know what they do, as well as Waste Management, is they will go along the parade route with all of our people that are watching the parade, and this town will be cleaned up in hours.
Right. It's amazing.
So we really want to thank them, and we'd like to thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, it was a blast.
Susan, thanks for having me here. I enjoyed myself. It's my second year of doing this. It's always a lot of fun. I want to thank Joe Carter, our director, and all the great folks at Up North Media for putting together this complex production. You can't imagine what goes into putting this together. And we want to thank all the volunteers who helped also, and Jordan and Aaron out on the street, and there they are. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys helped out amazingly. We wouldn't have known some of those floats otherwise. But we hope you've enjoyed this 86th Cherry Fest DTE Energy Cherry Royale Parade. And here's our folks up there. And if you always have suggestions for new programming for us, you can always reach us at upnorthmedia.org. And you've got I don't know what else to say. This has been so much fun. I can't wait for next year.
I just want to say thank you to all of you out there watching today, and we will see you next year
at the 87th Annual National Cherry Festival. Please come down and enjoy yourself. Have a good day.
Biggest thing that's ever happened.